Good afternoon. Patrick here, Half Cheetah Will View. Welcome to the wonderful world of Wednesday. That's right, it is Wednesday, and glad to be here. This is going to be one of those working pop-up streams that I do, but this one has a small twist to it, and you can get involved if you choose to. So this is the week for me in May. Um, It's one of the reasons I'm doing this right here. Not only because of my friend Hobbs is like a brother to me, but this is my week. This is May, and this is my pink hat mission for the week. I have not done a pink hat mission in forever, so I'm doing one today. So, as you can see by the stream, it's supporting our good friend Hobbs from Hobbs Horror. Now I just want to let you guys know that this is not taken away from tonight. Tonight they're doing a live stream to also to help Hobbs. This is just on top of it, the extra support. So we want to help, and as you've heard me comment many times before, uh, 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 as you've heard me mention many times before about the term, community. What community means to you, and that really is the question here. What does community mean to us? Um, It means that, it means a lot of things. It means, friendship, it means loyalty, it means, supporting, it means helping, it means love, it means, whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes. So, um, so here we are. Now I might mention a couple things that probably people don't know. I might get some heat for it a little bit later, but like I said, this is my week in May. This is the last week that my wife was alive during her illness, and so I really don't give a flying flip if I do step on a couple of toes. It's not about me, it really isn't. It's about what we can do for each other, and and in this case, what can we do for someone who's meant a lot to a lot of people in our community. Like I said before, um, and it's probably true of about 75% of the people that I know in this community. Um, we all have one thing in common in our YouTube journey, and that is that we all got here through Hobbs Horror. Josh is the most welcoming person in the community. I mean, he reaches out to different people. You could be brand new here with five people on your channel, and Hobbs Horror is going to be one of the first people that's going to sub to you. It's going to invite you on over to a community, like a chat or live stream or whatever. He's that guy. He's that person who does that. Um, I mean, he's done so much for me and my channel. He's got me doing stuff like this. I never thought I'd be in front of the camera willingly and talking. I just not that kind of person, or I thought I wasn't until I met Hobbs. Um, so, um, when things happen, what can we do to help one of our own? And this is my effort. This is my contribution to this. Now, I'm saying this because we are trying to we're trying to raise some awareness raise some hope, for our good friend here. Um, I don't really know how YouTube handles this sort of thing. I'm not sure if they allow it or not. I'm going to go with it until they tell me differently. So there is a link to a support page, a GoFundMe page on here. Um, you can go there and help out. If the link doesn't work, you can copy and paste it and put it in a browser. And then if you want to contribute, that'll be awesome. All right. This is a work stream, so I will be looking at you and also looking at my screen. We have Bo Batterson coming on tonight. Sensational screenwriter and effects person. He also runs a podcast called Big Thunder, all things Disney. Um, his short film that he wrote and produced, uh, The Last Minute Till Midnight, absolutely fantastic. I'm really high on this short. Definitely one of the best things I've seen in quite a while. Really cool. I love short films. Short films are they tell such an interesting story. All right. So while I'm talking to you like sideways, I'm looking at this really cute picture of former guest Angel Bradford on my Facebook page. She's Angel Bradford rocks. What can I say? So we are getting ready to do our push. Now, last night we talked to Danny Shepard from the UK yesterday, and hey, there's Larry the horror cat dad. Yeah, maybe Larry the horror cat dad would like to come up. You want to keep me company, Larry? Oh, that would be helpful. Yeah, where's James when I need him? James from the Friendly Men. If you're out there and if you're awake, uh, uh, hey, Katie, if you're out there and you're awake, ring the bell, man, so I could use you. Wow, a lot of good people coming in here. That's right. I am flying Detroit Tigers, even though I'm a Yankees fan. Hey, Jake, what's going on? Thank you so much, Jake. I appreciate that. Uh, uh, all right, 15 minutes sounds good to me, my friend. Hey, Katie, are you at work? Wow, thank you guys so much. Um, oh, hello, Functioning. Greetings, greetings. Functioning is brand new. Well, not brand new. He's he actually was here for a long time ago, but he has now just come up. He's a podcaster who I met through Hey Internet. It's Eric. So he is back and launching from oh, and he's from Michigan too. Well, there you go. There you go. Michigan. Uh, oh, Katie's off. Well, you can come up if you want to, Katie. If you like to come up, I can throw you the link if you want to come up, along with Larry, and you guys can help me keep this going. All right, that's awesome. Thank you so much for doing that, Katie. If you want to drop his link in the chat, Katie, that'd be awesome as well. That'd be great. Um, yeah, let's see if we can get him going. He's just come back from a long hiatus. So yep, come on in and support each other as we are going to be supporting our good friend Hobbs. Um, and this is just one of two shows today. We are doing what we can do right now, and then tonight, I'm not sure who's hosting it. That's the one thing I don't know. I don't know who's hosting it. Um, but there will be a live stream later on for Hobbs tonight after 8 questions with at 10 o'clock Eastern time. But we thought we'd go ahead and hit the daylight crowd first. So here we go. That's what we're going to be doing. So um, thank you, Katie. All right. Let me Katie, do you want to come up for a little bit? And if you do, let me know. I'll send you the link. And then yes, yeah, throw some hearts out there and share the love. Share this out to your on your tab if you can, or whoever however you want to do it. Um I know that we like to at least try to get a little bit raised up here. I do know that YouTube does allow fundraisers because I've been a part of like two or three of them already. So I'm just not really sure if they are. I'm not really sure if they allow. the GoFundMe's to come on here. Which is really weird, right? Because they allow super chats and allow Patreon links and all the other bullshit, but trying to help somebody else out with legitimately through a GoFundMe page. I'm not sure if they'll let us do that. So, but like I said, we are going to push through as long as they let us. Uh, oh, okay. All right. Oh, all right, Larry, I'm sending you the link, my brother. That's right. In the house is coming in the house. Let me go grab it here. Yeah, it's always good to do one of these pop-ups with a co-pilot because especially when I'm working, because that way my co-pilot can help me out here while I promote the show. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that, and let me go slide on over to. All right. There is Kristen Booth on my Instagram. Hi, Kristen. Looking really cute, by the way. Uh, okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. All right. So let me grab Larry here, and then I got to do a little surgery here. Uh, okay. All right, Larry, I'm dropping the link right here. Um, there you go. Um, and I gotta go ahead and okay. All right. Let me go ahead and come back to you guys real quick. Thank you guys all for coming in. I appreciate it. Hey, Joe, how are you? Dennis, that's your first name. Okay, good. That now I know that. Thank you. Now I know. Yeah, please consider following everybody, including our new friend Dennis. Like I said, he just came back to the tube, so he's going to need a lot of our help. So please consider following Dennis, the functioning drunk. I'm sure that's an interesting title. That's an interesting channel name for sure. Um, yeah, so there you go. And then Larry will be here in a few minutes. We are doing a fundraiser for our good friend Hobbs Horror. I put the links down in the description box. So if you guys can help out a little bit, that'll be awesome. I know things are tight all over. Um, I understand that. I totally understand that. But anything that you can contribute is would be welcome. Um, please note that of course GoFundMe puts their fingers in every donation. So like a $20 donation really comes out to like 15. So just be aware of that as well in case you meant to donate $20 and unfortunately that's what they do. I guess that's part of what they have to do in order to stay in business. I don't know. Um, but there it is. Sort of smells like sort of smells sometimes like predatory lending. Like we can lend you some money, but it's going to cost you, to borrow 100, it's going to cost you 200 to do so. Um, I understand it's a business, but it seems like with the medical expenses, like of all the things that they could do, medical expenses and maybe food would probably be the two things that I would probably not put my fingers into, as far as taking, taxing donations or tipping. Um, I don't know. So there you go. Larry's going to be up here in a minute. I'm going to be disappearing real quick here. I mean, off. I'm going to be here, but I got to do something real quick for a friend. So hang on. You can just watch me work in quietness. Ah, Actually, I'm super stoked on doing this. This is just super stoked what I'm doing here. Uh, all right. Okay. Doing a little surgery. All right, our good friend Larry is here to help save the day. So please welcome in the horror cat dad from In the House is in the house.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going?
wait a minute. Now that you and I are together and doing this like this, I think it's now a cat house.
Uh, I don't know if you want to call it that because
Yeah.
HBO calls has a has a has a cat house
You
of their own.
I watched that. I heard about that show. I said, cat house. What, like, what is a cat? I watched it. I was like the first episode, and I'm like, okay, so why is this rated R? Because I had no idea what it was about. Because I had no idea what it's about. Also, it's just this HBO's Cat House, and then I saw it was Nevada, and I was like, oh, okay, this is different.
Yeah,
Um,
it's definitely different.
so right now, what I'm doing is something that's super cool, right? Super cool. So I'm on my blog right now, and this is something I hope this happens more often. Um, I really, really do. I hope this happens more often. But I'm being asked. I'm being asked, and this is cool. I'm doing it, no problem. I got asked by one of my former guests on my blog to take down a picture. Now we did this interview years ago, and is- we did this interview years ago, and when I was talking to him, all of a sudden it was like you knew this guy was going to break. He just knew that he was. He just, he was doing the work. Every role that he was getting is getting bigger and bigger. Um, and and so and now it's good. Now this is his year. This is his year. He is going to break this year.
Cool.
He is going to become a star by the end of this year. I guarantee it. Um, and so he's being maneuvered. He's doing some high profile projects, including Hitman that comes out on theaters on May 24th. Um, uh-oh, the owl just came in right now. Uh-oh.
Yes, sir.
It's that. He's probably gonna he's probably coming, oh, wait a minute, what's this cat house shit he's talking about here? Well, no one's ever heard of an owl house, so I mean, I'm just, uh, I'm just saying that, and just, um, so anyway, his agent, because I was one of the first people to interview him, um, is that whatever people are typing in his name, my interview is starting to come up first. So people are, so that's like traffic. I'm also
Oh,
seeing
nice.
here. I'm starting to see it here on the tube as well. Like an interview that we did with, I interviewed him twice on here, and now I'm starting to see the old interviews are starting to get traction. People are starting to watch him again, and it's just a matter of time before people discover him and like, holy shit, I remember watching that. Of course, it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like there's like 12, 15 people watch the live interview, but when he pops and comes, famous, it's gonna be, yeah, I remember there. I was like one of 5,000 people in the chat. Um, so I hope so. I hope so. I really do
Nice.
hope so. Shout out my boy Mikey. Hopefully it goes well. And it's going to be amazing. It's been amazing watching it. It's amazing to watch it. And he's going to come by and say hi to us because that's one of the things I did tell him when we talked. When the first time we talked, I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to get you again. I just don't think I'm going to get you because I think by time it circles back around, you're going to be everywhere. I mean, you're talking with on TV. You're going to be doing much bigger shows. Just I'll always remember you. So
That's cool.
and he will.
That's pretty cool.
But it's so cool though to watch someone pop. It's the best feeling. Um, someone asked me last week about booking bands, and he says, "What was your favorite time? What was your favorite place to book? Was it the 1,200 seater, the 1,000 seater, or the 200 seater?" And I always said it was the 200 seater because I got to see who was coming up, not who was already there. All right, everybody's coming in. Hey, Lady Valerie is in the house. All right, all right, all right. Well, it's gonna be a pop-up. This is amazing. Share us out if you can. We're gonna be up here for a little while. We're gonna be doing this for our good friend Hobbs Horror. We put the links down in his GoFundMe. He has run across some unexpected medical problems, and with problems come expenses. And believe me, let me tell you, I can tell you that firsthand. Um, so um, so he's going to need a little bit of help. He's going to be going through some therapies, and he's also going to be missing some time at work. So what we're trying to do is trying to raise some awareness, trying to raise some funds to help him out when he goes off, when he has to take off work. The GoFundMe link is in the description box. You can do this now, today, right here, right now. This is only the one of two streams. There's some great people that are doing this tonight. Limonia, Mayanne, uh, Mr. Bones from the Boneyard. Let's see, Jennifer Tochi and I believe Echo are going to be hosting a live stream after 8 Questions with tonight. I'm not sure which channel it's going to be on though. That's the problem. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's going to be Leona's or Mayanne. I don't know who's and Katie's also doing on Saturday as well. So a lot of juice going out there to help our friends Hobbs Horror because, like I said before, everybody in the chat, 75% of us have come through Hobbs Horror to get to this community. The first person many of us met has been Hobbs Horror, has been Joshua. And so to come out there and help him out a little bit, as you know, he does the midnight hour. He hosts the spectacular every year. This year will be the fourth year that he does the spectacular. Um, and we all have so much fun with it. So much fun with him. He's super supportive. Um, I mean, if you don't have any comments on your channel, you will. You do. You will have you'll have him. He will be the only person commenting on your channel, but it will be Hobbs. If there's one person that's going to drop a comment off, it will be Josh Hobbs. That's just how he is. That's how he rolls. So it's just our way of giving it back. And this is what community is about. It's not
Heck,
always about yeah. It's not always about taking. It's not always about taking. It's about giving back. And this is just our way of giving back. So I appreciate everybody here in the chat. I appreciate you coming up here and helping me out, Larry. I'm
yeah,
gonna
of
let
course.
I'm gonna hand you the airplane for a minute while I do a couple of things over here. But
All
keep it
right.
rocking and rolling. Talk a little bit about in the house. You and Don Zombie. Yeah. Sloppy hang on. Talk about a little bit about the cat and the owl. Yeah, take it away.
Okay. Well, for one, it's gonna just to let you know, everybody that stream with Lamonia, Echo, Jennifer, and Man is gonna be on Hobbs' channel. Like he's hosting it on there. I did put the link here in the chat. I don't know if I can because I don't know if I'm a moderator, but that's where it's gonna be at anyway. So you'll know. again, it's for a great cause and stuff like that. So if you can, at least share it out. If you're unable to donate, as Patrick said, it is tough times for a lot of people. So
Mm.
I mean, whatever you can, either share the link or anything, would be great. Thanks, guys. As for myself, I I co-host with Don, the Night Owl King, on In the House every Friday. It started off as a sort of a placeholder show for our buddy Rob's Vintage Video. The way we started it was me and Don would hang out in the chat whenever Rob would stream on Fridays with Captain Adam, and just kind of like how everybody's here hanging out, chatting and stuff like that. That's basically how that's where that idea was uh, manifested from, I guess. Since Rob has been taking a bit of a break, I kind of missed hanging out with my buddies on Fridays. So I told Don, hey, how do you feel about checking that out or doing that or doing something similar? And, he was all for it. And, we hosted every other week, we hosted on each other's channel. So one week, last week was on my channel. This week is going to be on his channel. And this week is going to be interesting because I will be at Texas Frightmare. So live correspondence, I will be there every now and again. If I have signal, I'll be jumping on and from the con live, showing some stuff and talking with you guys. So yeah, it'll be something special, guys. So and interesting. So if you are able to, definitely check out In the House on Don's channel this Friday. But most of the time, we talk about movie news and things we've recently watched, and then we just kind of roll with it. It's kind of one of those things where y'all know Seinfeld, the show about nothing. It's pretty much that's how it ends up being. It's like once the chat gets going, it's just us, just kind of playing off each other, playing off the chat. I mean, we talk about it all the time. The chat is the official, unofficial third member of In the House. So, again, huge thank you to everybody that checks it out already. And if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. Go back and check out Don's channel as well if you haven't heard of the Night Owl.
Mhm.
But if you haven't, I mean,
Where you
definitely go check
been?
him out. Yeah, where you been?
Yeah, where you been?
I mean, come on.
Everybody goes to, especially if you have insomnia at 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. There will be they don't call him the Night Owl for nothing. That's not just a name. It is who he is. He's up at 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. Hey, let's watch a movie, and
Yeah.
that's what happens. And people hang out, and he does a running commentary on it, and it's very entertaining, and you know what? A lot of people show up for that. I pop in a lot of the times, but what I do is I pop in, I say hi, I say who, what, and then what I do is I turn it over, I turn my phone over, and then it becomes a podcast.
Hmm.
When I flip it over and I'm listening to it, and I'm listening to, and then I fall asleep. And so yeah, I've been doing that to the boneyard too.
To
I
the
can't
soothing
tell.
sounds of Don
The
Zombie.
yeah, the soothing yeah, unless he goes yeah really loud, then it wakes me up all over again. Uh, but yeah, it's really it's a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. I keep on going I keep on saying like at 1:30 I don't see a 30-minute, Dawn's gonna be from coming on in 30 minutes. If I don't see one of those, I'm going like, so are you coming on tonight or what? Uh,
Yeah, I mean, for a while he was pretty busy, so that's why he had been kind of you know not I don't really say taking a break or anything, but that's why. So he but yeah, I mean, the last couple of weeks he's been like killing it. He's a trooper, overexposing himself
yeah,
as he would call it. So yeah,
yeah.
definitely. If you haven't checked him out, definitely check him out.
I'm just really I mean, I'm really shocked at seeing how many people were up that late. Oh, hey, you know what? He heard me talking about him. I knew if I said that loud enough, he would hear it. And our good friend James is here from the Friendly Man has popped in. All right, what's going on, James? Uh, No, we are doing a fundraiser for our good friend Hobbs. He has run across some unexpected expenses, and he needs a little bit of our help. So we are doing this live stream to raise awareness and hopefully get him some help. I know that he had up to $180 when we first started this stream, so I am hoping that at least we can double that what he had. If we can get him up to 360, I think that we have succeeded in our mission. Actually, anything will be welcome. And there is the lovely Jamie Hart coming in. Hi, Jamie. How are you? Mighty
Hey,
Casey's
Jamie.
in the house. So that's where we're at. As far as doing this, we really want to help him out. Um, like I mentioned before, all you got here, this is my week every year in May. This is the one week that I dread the most. My memories come roaring back. I mean, always there, but this was the last week that my wife was alive. So she died on May 20th. So this is the last week. And this is just my way of honoring her and her memory by giving back because a lot of people helped us. Um, and so, I always want to give it back. So this is my way of doing so. And one of the ways of doing so. So, if you guys can help out, that'd be amazing. I know a lot of people don't have a lot of money right now. We get that. Trust me, we get that. We're in the same boat. A lot of us are in the same boat. Um, but like I said, just a little bit. You hear that term over and over and over, just a little bit. But you know what? If we all donated, like $5, but there's 10 of us, or 20 of us, that's a lot of people donating and sharing out. And if you don't have the money to donate, sharing is also invaluable. You share it on your platforms, your Facebook, your Instagram, or Twitch, X, whatever. That helps too, because maybe someone will just be touched by that and sit there and say, you know what, I got an extra $5 in my pocket. I can't eat at McDonald's on it because it costs like $20 to eat at McDonald's now. So, but at least I can skip a coffee. Well, I can't really do that because coffee is like $10 a cup now. But I can donate $5 anyway because what else am I going to spend it on? I can't afford to buy anything else, right? So let me go ahead and turn around and give this to somebody who really needs it.
Or I mean,
So
you can say too. I mean, people out there that might have been in similar situation or had a similar procedure done to them. Maybe they, you know,
my
just pay it forward or something like that. I mean, maybe somebody sees that or somebody that's been in similar situations. You never know. I mean, everybody's different, all walks of life. So it's definitely a good cause. And yeah, I mean, like Pat was saying, if you are unable to donate, at least try to share out the link and share a story. That would be pretty cool. I know he would definitely appreciate it. Even sharing out a story.
and to Matthew, no, Lizzie Doodle, don't never heard of that person. No. Let's see. Katie says that we are at $5 right now. Well, I hope not. I think we're or maybe we're at 185. I'm not even sure where we're at.
I think she means like it's been like an extra 5 cents.
Oh, okay.
I
Let's
think.
see. I don't know. Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, we raised $5. Okay, so we started off at 180. Now it's out 185. And I'm gonna say this. Thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate that, Matt. That was cool. Hey, if you're cool enough to put your name on it, I'm cool enough to shout you out. So I'm shouting you out, Matt. Thank you so much, brother. So we're at 185. So now we only get the now we're at 175. I'm sure we could get there, especially with one of the stars of in the house, in the house, in the cat house. Um, oh, speaking of cats and cat houses, so are you a wrestling fan?
I used to be long
Okay.
time ago.
So you obviously know you obviously know who Steve Austin is.
Oh yeah,
Okay. So here's
Poncho,
Steve, huh?
Poncho.
Yeah, yes. So he had poncho. He got a tuxedo. It's like,
Hmm.
okay, that's awesome. It's like, okay, that's like winning the US champion on the WWE, right? So that's like, that's badass. So he gets himself a black and white tuxedo. Today he brings out Macho, and tell us a little bit about Macho.
Macho Man, Randy Savage.
What color is Macho?
Is it Macho or is it Lefty? I thought Lefty was the tuxedo.
No, no, no. Poncho is the tuxedo,
Okay,
and Macho is he
is
got
it a
himself
black
a,
guy?
he got himself an orange cat, and
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to tell Stone Cold that, brother, he
Be
just
careful.
yeah, he just he's saying how Poncho was showing him on the ropes, letting him know who's boss. I'm going like, yeah, that's only because Macho's just a kitten. Give it about 6 months or so, it'll be different. Uh, he won't. It'll be Macho's world, and we're all just sharing it. Um, but I think what people are really that we're cracking up about is the fact that Steve Austin is Stone Cold Steve Austin is a cat guy.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I mean, it's absolutely. I mean, his channel was already popular, before, but when he introduced Poncho, it took it up to the next level. I mean, people were just like, before he'd get like 500 comments. Now, whenever he pushes the picture of Poncho up there, then it's like 1,000. Now he's added Macho. It's gonna be off the chain. I
People love the
just hope he,
people love the cats. I mean, you know.
yeah. I mean, so it's really really cool to see that on Stone Cold's his Instagram page. He got himself an orange cat. So if you haven't had a cat reel for a minute, um, I'm sure we could probably share out Macho out to our friends on Instagram. Do you send a lot of cat? I know you send me a few, but do you send out a lot of cat reels to people?
I do. I have like a small group of people that that I send stuff to. aside from my wife, like I'll send other stuff like to people, and I they react, so that's all. I'm guessing they enjoy.
Yeah, I have never heard anybody say stop with that. No one's ever told me not to. In fact, it's been the opposite. It's been like if I haven't sent out anything in a couple of days, I get messages going, "Are you okay? Are you sick? I haven't heard from you." So basically, that's just them telling me like, "Where's the cat stuff?" Um, um, so who was the first member that you met in on your YouTube journey? Who was the first person that got you going in this?
Do you mean like that I became friends with, or that that was like a more frequent commenter?
Um, no, I
Like,
mean as far as like when you first signed up to YouTube,
hmm
who was like the first person that came to you and said, "Hey, you're new here. Like I'm new. I don't know anybody here. You know, or did you know somebody here?" Uh, basically, who was the first person that welcomed you into the horror community here?
uh, well, that's a good question because there's like I would say two people. The first person, he's now goes under Mellow Mutant. He was a frequent commenter, and he was like the first person that I would kind of go back and forth with in the comments and stuff like that. And then he's here in the chat right now. Don has been basically the main driving force. He reached out to me on Instagram. He, was like, "Do I call you Horror Cat, or do you have a real name?" Or and if not for Don, I wouldn't have been live streaming either. He invited me onto my first, watch party live stream, and I didn't know at first I was gonna just keep myself completely, you know, uh, anonymous. uh, but because I'm a very private person, but Don, it's his fault, as I always say.
That's right. It's all Don's fault. Um, but but looking back at it, I mean, now you look at where you're at to where you first started. I mean, it really does make you more grateful for the person who did that for you. For Don.
Oh yeah.
And that's how I feel about Hobbs. And like I said before, you had like 70%, 75% of the people that I know in the group that are friends of mine. We all have that in common, and that is that Hobbs is the one that introduced us. He's the one that did this for us. Um, and God is doing things that we, like I didn't, like I said before, I didn't think I'd be doing anything like this. When we talked about doing the midnight hour, the plan was for me was to stay behind the scenes, like not be in front of the camera, but be behind it. And he's like, no, 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 you gotta no, if I'm gonna do this, you gotta show your face too. Um, and so, so he got me doing things. He got me out of my comfort level, got me out of my comfort zone, and I'm much better for it. So that's really important to me because it's been really really tough, and YouTube, because through him and through his encouragement, now I got to where I'm at now as far as my channel goes and what I'm doing on my channel. And every time you sit down and you fire up your computer and you sign in, that person for you would be Dawn.
Hmm.
For everybody else, they're one mentor, or the one, I know people toss that around a lot, but it's really true. But every time you sign on, you're taking that person that was with you when you go up line. Like every
Hmm.
time I do a review, every time I do a pop-up, every time I do any questions with, there's a little bit Hobbs with me because he extended his hand of friendship. And and so I'm really glad, I'm really honored to be able to do this for him, to try to help him out. And again, I'm glad that this one-time edition of the Cat House has come together.
Well, I mean, luckily, I mean, I'm on vacation right now, so I'm just getting stuff ready for when I go to Frightmare. So that's why I
Yeah,
was like, right now, I was doing some stuff around the house, and then when you said, I was like, yeah, I could probably jump on, just I had to finish a couple things. So,
um
but glad for having, thank you for having me on. I definitely agree with what you said. You have a mentor or somebody, a friend like that. I consider Don a really close friend now, and it's just our back and forth in the chat before, on other people's streams and everything. So it's one of those things where, like, yeah, you're right. When I do my videos, or I do certain things, it's like I feel like, you know, that's a part of me, is that friendship that I have with Don. So that's why, like, when I'm talking in a video, and then it'll just, because I don't write a script or anything for any of my reviews or anything. So everything pretty much comes out what I'm thinking at the time, and I might do several takes, but each take is different. And then if something comes out that's talking about, Sean's Cinephile Sanity, or Don, or the professor, or anybody who comes to mind when I'm doing something, then I'm gonna say it. That's so if anybody thinks any of my stuff is scripted, it's not. I mean, I have a bullet points of what I want to go over, but it's, for the most part, when I get into talking about it, just comes out, whatever I'm thinking at the time. Um, but yeah, that's why I'll mention, that's how I end up mentioning people and talking about people. And that's the thing. I feel like I kind of, I see that with other people, and that's really cool, and that's what I'm really enjoy about this community. So the fact that Hobbs has done that for so many people, and for you, Pat, and everything. I mean, that's why, especially, it's a good cause. I'm definitely very appreciative of and honored to be a part of it. So
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. And I'm very excited that the fact that one of us is actually going to, actually, I think two of us are actually doing Texas Frightmare. I do believe that the press guru, Stephen Chang, I believe he's going down there, and you're going down there. I'm excited. And you guys gotta look up Christy Adams from Nightmare Toys. They will be there.
I
So
keep going every year to go see if I can say hi to her and like and stuff like that. But she's never at the booth. Every time I go by, so it's like because me, I'll go like once on Friday because me, I'm always looking for figures, stuff I don't
right,
have or stuff that I want.
right.
And then from there, it's like so I'm like, okay, I don't see her, and then like I'll go and check out the other booths and stuff like that, or to go get my autographs and stuff.
Uh,
Uh,
now,
but
what's the one figure you're going to be looking at the most for this year?
uh, there's a couple. It's mostly older stuff, so it's whatever I see that's older that I don't have. Like one year, I ended up getting two Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead figure. I think it was last year actually.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I got those at Frightmare, and again, it's just usually stuff that like, oh man, I didn't know they made this, because I kind of got into the NECA game like kind of late, and so I just kind of see what's out there, what I can get. And mostly like I'll be looking for like aliens or older Predator figures and stuff like that, which unfortunately they have the old plastic packaging, so I won't open those. But at least I can showcase them and talk about them and what they mean to me and stuff.
So, like, do you print out a list of what you're hunting for, and do you like, do you have like a price point of what you're, like, I want a figure, but I'm not going to spend like $80 for it. Like I want it, but I don't want it that bad. I mean, do you have a and what else do you look for? You look for comic books or anything else like that?
I look for prints, and I look for prints, and I also look for autographs, like what autographs, like who I want to meet. Like this year, I'm gonna try to meet Eli Roth, and I guess I can. I guess I'll show you something else that I have. I'll be right back. Let me grab it real quick.
Okay. The man of the hour just walked through the door. Our good friend Hobbs Horror is here. And let's see. Best community in the world. Thank you guys. I have to go in for a pre-schedule for my MRI. Oh, MRIs are so much fun. The treatment for the fracture. That's right, fracture. I guess is something that occurred over time and didn't know, sadly. But it's got now. It's caught now. Hopefully, what they can do is hopefully they can, a broken tailbone is a beast of an injury. It's almost like a broken toe. It's like when you break a toe. There's really not much people can do about that. They can try to not to use it. They try not to, but it's not like they can put a cast on a toe. It's like and it's hard to sit there and say, "Well, you fractured your tailbone. We're going to put a cast on your ass." you know, they, they really can't do that. So, um, hopefully, I'm sort of fascinated by this too, in a way, because I want to know how the hell do you treat a fractured tailbone? I mean, I'm thinking to myself, what do they do? Do they put they do they shoot your ass with calcium? Like do they put you on a diet of milk? Like I wonder how they're going to treat that. Are they going to
Yeah,
slap a will they slap a Hello Kitty band-aid on him and give him a lollipop and kick his ass out? I mean, I want to know. What about you? Do medical things do they fascinate you?
for the most part, actually last year at this time I think like at this time I was coming off of a back injury myself.
Mm,
I was all of April I was on the shelf because I had hurt my back, and couldn't do anything. Like I couldn't. I had to, and I could only lay on one side of my body. It was
mm.
extremely excruciating, and the pain was just unreal. So I can only imagine what Hobbs is going through. Uh, Yeah, so for me, I still to this day, I every week I go and I get chiropractic, uh, care done and stuff. Like I get an adjustment every week, just because like I don't want it to happen again. And yeah, so that's yeah, the procedures, all the medical procedures and stuff. I always hear conflicting things. Like if you mess up a disc in your back, it's better to not get surgery. But then some people say get surgery, and it's just I don't know. It's just always. I guess it all
Yeah.
depends on who you talk to, and
You're right. I mean, the surgery, man, it's like, it's funny how when you talk to doctors and you think that, a lot of times you think they're just all the scalpel jockeys just want to go in there and cut you open and whatnot, or the doctors want you to stay in the hospital for like for 6 months for the money. But quite honestly, good doctors will tell you they don't want to operate on you, and they sure as hell well don't want you in their hospital anymore. I can't tell you how many times that was like our oncologist would sit there and say, "Tell us, I don't want you here because the hospital is a really bad place to be when you're sick." Um, because
yeah,
that's what they do.
unfortunately, right?
Yeah. So you think it's the one place you will go to get well, and then they're telling you on the other hand, they're going like, I don't want you here. Sometimes that can be a little extreme. Sometimes they kick you out before you're ready. And we've already seen something like that already happen to one of our friends in Kyle. They kicked him out way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
way too early.
I don't know. I don't know what his mom is planning to do on that, but I tell you what, I've been in that situation too, where they were gonna release my wife. They were gonna release her early, and she couldn't even stand up.
Well,
And it was a disaster, and her oncologist came down there and said, "Who authorized this? Because it sure as hell wasn't me." And, there was a lot of embarrassed hospital staff that were like, "Holy shit, we really screwed the pooch here." Um, and the same thing with Kyle. They almost killed him, to tell you the truth. I mean, he almost didn't make it out. Um the good thing is, though, the last time I heard about Kyle is that he's doing much, much better. In fact, he actually liked one of my videos, so I knew that he was up back and running. I was like,
nice.
"Oh, good." I was more like, "Oh, Kyle's back. Okay." Um, and of course, really what I was upset about him getting sick. I'm going like, damn it, he was scheduled to come onto the show next week. Now I got to find another guest. You know, uh, I know. Okay, maybe that wasn't as funny as I thought it was, but you know what? We're winging it here. Um, no, I was really glad to see him do well. I was like, it was like holding your breath when every update you're getting that, and you're like, holy
Yeah,
shit!
hearing what was going on with him
I
was just like I was like, man, what the
was,
hell is he doing to this kid, man? I'm
yeah,
like,
I
Jesus.
was holding my breath. I was holding my breath. I was like, man, I'm scared. I'm scared for him.
Well, it's like
Um,
if you think about it, it would have. I mean, if it would have gotten very severe, it would have been a one-two punch because we lost Dave, and then I
yeah,
mean, God forbid, we would have lost another person from the community at the same time. Man, it's like Jesus. Like,
yeah. It's, it's really, man, it's really, it's interesting because I saw a lot. I mentioned this before that I was listening to Michael Rosenbaum's show, and he had talked to a young actor, and like a couple of weeks afterwards, the actor died in a motorcycle accident, and
wow,
Michael Rosenbaum ran the interview, and he was sitting there, and he was sitting there going like, I've never done this before. I've never lost anybody, had a guest on and had them pass away like this before. Um, and he was just absolutely like, "What do I do?" It was a really interesting show, really heartfelt. And yeah, it's too early. Losing somebody, and people just don't get it. They just see a name on the screen. Like most of the people, if someone didn't know us or our community and they just walked into our stream right now, and I don't think they would get the idea of just how much. Like, have you ever met this? Have you ever met this Hobbs person? Have you met them face to face? No. Have you ever had lunch with them? No. Have you ever been to their house? No. Have you ever seen their
But
movie room? Have you ever seen their movie room? Hell no. But he's still like a brother. He's still a close friend. I mean, he's still family. And he means a lot to me. And I like to think that he means a lot to everybody. Because not everybody is like Hobbs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody has that heart. Not everybody has that heart. I can tell you right now, I'm not like him. He's a better person than me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he really is a better person than I am. And he's very gracious. He's very kind. He doesn't. He's helpful. He listens. Um, he eats cat food. I mean, I don't know if you saw that or not, but he did eat cat food. But yeah. Uh, uh, and we're thinking about doing Cat Food Bowl 4. So Cat Food Bowl 4 is going to happen this year. Of course, he did this. He does the spectacular, which brings a lot of people from the community together. A lot of people that a lot of people don't know. That's really what he does best, for me anyway, is that he connects people who don't know each other. I didn't know anybody when I first started here. I didn't know anybody. I knew Dan from Reject Films, and that was the only person I knew. And the first person I met after that was Hobbs. The first person I met after that, and then it just went from there. All right, let me check the chat here. I think people are welcoming in Hobbs. Let's see. Yeah, sitting on. I told Hobbs he needs to get one of those My Pillows for his backside. I think actually, that's sort of saying that a little bit, sarcastically, but I also think that might not be such a bad idea. Um, did they give you a cushion to wear to support your back with, Larry?
no,
No. Wow.
no, they were. I mean, I literally like, and I'm a big person that doesn't. I don't go to the doctor or anything. So when I hurt my back, my initial reaction was to go to a chiropractor and try to get it adjusted. You know,
Right.
and so that's kind of how I went. I went that route, and then they started doing adjustments and stuff. I think I got like an adjustment 4 or 5 times in the first week.
Mm.
Yeah, and then the following week they did another two. Yeah, they did two, and then and they could see that I was able to kind of like stand up straight, and that. And I asked them, "Do you think I should get any sort of X-rays, anything?" And they said like, "Well, no. I mean, we are like week two, and you're able to stand up straight. Yeah, you have some pain as you're walking, but that shows us that you're showing signs of it's working. If it wasn't, then we would definitely suggest that if we were still square one, you're still hunched over, can't stand up straight, then yeah, for sure we would have done it. So luckily, from what they told me, it's like they told me what I had was a hot disc. I'm not too sure exactly what that means. They kind of explained it to me. It's like I guess over time is that I got so compressed that it just finally. I mean, and you know what finally did it for me, Pat? It was like I woke up in the morning that it was a Saturday morning. And the funny thing, it was on April Fool's Day when this happened. So I literally bent down to like feed my cats and I couldn't get back up.
Oh. Oh man. I threw out my back once that way by sneezing.
Hmm.
I
Wow.
sneezed, and I got bent over like a question mark, and I couldn't straighten up. And
Wow.
I had to go to a chiropractor. I went to a chiropractor as well, and they were able to recover. I was able to recover that way. But yeah, that was terrible. I couldn't believe it
Yeah.
because
The weird.
most of the time when you sneeze, you try to hold it in.
Mhm.
And it's like that's what you're not supposed to. You're supposed to let it fly. Like cover your mouth per se, but don't try to don't try to sniffle it. Don't try to stop it. Let it go. There's a reason why you sneeze. It's expelling crap. and it's like trying to hold it in. Just it like it's like you're making yourself like a balloon.
Yeah.
Um, and that's not a good thing. We're not balloons. Well, okay. Well, not really, but you know what I'm saying.
I
Uh,
mean, there's some people that are full of hot air.
yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Um, let's see what else is being said in the chat. I'm catching up here.
I
Jamie
think that
said blessings to Hobbs. Katie loving Hobbs. We all love Hobbs. Let's see. And Katie says she broke her tailbone on a fall on the stairs.
wow.
So what did they do to you, Katie? How did they treat you? See, Hobbs says this is true. They have told me I have to do physical therapy. Hopefully, that include water therapy. Did you do water therapy after you hurt your back?
No, I did do water therapy when I had hurt my ankle. When I had I don't mean you, Don. I definitely don't mean you. No, I had hurt my ankle several years back to the point where like it was almost broken. Like when I went to a specialist, he said like it was pretty much like right there, any more and it would have been broken. That's how it was that severe
Yeah.
of a sprain that it was. So I had to go to. I was out for 2 weeks from work, and so I had to go to physical therapy. I had to do crutches, which I had never done crutches in my life, and yeah, it was just really hard for me to deal with it because it's just I'm so like okay, I need to get up and go. So not doing that for 2 weeks was bad. So imagine a whole month I couldn't do anything, and but I did the water therapy when I was working on my ankle. They had me in the pool and the noodle and it was really weird for me. But yeah, it was interesting. That was the only time I've ever had to do like aquatic therapy or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of water therapy. I've seen it do some miraculous things. It makes your body lighter. Like if you have pressure on your back or like a compressed disc, you get in the water and it lifts it up, and you're able to
Mhm.
strengthen it. It's part of rehabbing people. When they have, like you said, broken bones or what have you. They tell you to get in the water. Then the resistance of the water is enough to help you work out. At the same time, you physically are not hurting yourself. Um, yeah, I'm a big advocate of it. Seen people, with pretty bad injuries, they get in there. Of course, you see people with paralysis, like uh, quadriplegics
Mhm.
or paraplegics or not quad necessarily, but paraplegic. That they can put them in the water to get them to walk. Try. There's a lot of miraculous things that they can do with water therapy, and so hopefully that will be hopefully that maybe that'll be for Hobbs, and that'll help his back out and his tailbone a lot. That's
Yeah.
definitely hoping for that, but of course that takes money. That takes money. Co-pays, medicines, and all that other stuff. I mean, even if they do treat, like, okay, here we can put your back in the order, but you're still going to need therapy. You're still going to need the appointments. You're still going to need meds. Those are all things that still have to get paid for. And so this is one of the reasons why we're doing this to help Josh out is because these things cost money. And like my wife and I, we added up her expenses during her illness. Like if we had to pay for it out of pocket in the 2.5 years that she was sick before she passed, uh, it cost it would have cost almost $900,000 for her treatment.
Wow.
$900,000, between eight and $900,000, if you would have paid for everything out of pocket.
God, that's
Absolutely,
rough.
yeah. That's American medicine, though.
Yeah.
That's American medicine. That's just the reality of it. Um, yeah, it's absolutely insane. You you go to the doctor, and it's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons why a lot of people come into doctors, and they're sitting there going like, "Why didn't you come in sooner? Why you want to sit there and go like, why don't you answer? Why don't you answer your own question? Why like why did you come in? Why didn't you come in sooner? Well,
Well, so you could charge me more. I mean,
yeah, I mean, like what you're in, like with what? How I don't even want to be here now. I don't even want to be here now. It's actually how am I gonna? The question is like I'm sick, but how do I pay for how do I pay for it? I don't have insurance, and even if you do have insurance, that isn't a magic bullet. There's insurance companies now are sitting there looking to cut. They're looking to sit there and say, yeah, you don't need those X-rays, or no, you don't need that
yeah,
MRI, or no, you don't. And they're sitting in an office in the middle of America, and you're sitting over there at or wherever they're at, New York corporate office. Well, like, yeah, you don't need this, you don't need this.
yeah. You're
And
just
that happened. That I'm sure that's happened to everybody in the chat, where that you've gone to a doctor and you needed a course of treatment. Now, I'm not saying every doctor that orders tests is the right thing. There's some that are money grubby. There are. Um, but when you go to one of the better hospitals, like an oncologist, it says, yeah, we sort of need that test. Um, but they're sitting over there going like, yeah, not so much, not so much, not so much. Um, it's frustrating. It's not like a
Mhm.
magic bullet. It's like I got health insurance. I'm gonna be all right. It isn't. You still got to pay.
Yeah,
If the insurance sits there and says, yeah, we're not going to pay for that, you do. You got to pay for the treatment. You can't just sit there and not do it because they tell you can't. You just got to do it. Um, and so this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to raise, to cover that hole for Hobbs. Trying to get some money raised up here. How long are you going to be? How long are you going to be out, Josh? Hey, Stephen, how are you, sir? Uh, Glad you're here. We were just mentioning how you were going to Texas Frightmare this weekend. Um, let's see. Oh, that's a lot of money, Stephen. That's a lot of money. That's a is it is does $90 go far at at a horror convention? I haven't been to it years, so I don't know. Is $90 a lot of money to take to a convention, or is that just cost? Is that just lunch?
I mean, yeah, it can add up real quick. Um, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
it can add up pretty quick.
I don't know.
Uh,
The last time I went to a convention, so this is my convention. So I used to go with my buddy Farm Boy, and we go to Comic Con. In fact, I believe it's this weekend. It's always this weekend, and and when him and I used to go, we used to pay outside the parking. Say $5 for parking. Well, we park on the other side in the mall, so we didn't have to pay $5. Then we walked in there. It was like $12 to get in. No lines, no nothing. We walk in there. I mean, and then all of a sudden we get inside, and the first thing that he would go off to the comic section, but the first thing I would hit for, I'm not kidding you about this, because it was an amazing machine. I don't know, but I used to go head over to the ice cream machine. They had the best ice cream ever. I would go straight there before I went to anything else, and the ice cream cone was like $3. It was pretty reasonable.
mhm.
So I would freeze my brain twice before I head out to the floor. Um, But, it was like, you take like 50, $60, and like, okay, he's looking for comic books. At that time, I was doing Yu-Gi-Oh, so I was looking for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and it was pretty reasonable. Now I heard that like 50, $60 might get you into the door, but that's about it. As far as eating or saying hi to guests, or like your ass out. At least that was for Comic Con in Michigan. I'm not sure what it's like in Texas Frightmare. Um,
I mean, I save up all year to to be to be okay. Because I mean, the first year that I did it, I spent quite a bit, and I was like, oh my god, you don't realize it because it like I said, it does add up. So it's just one of those things where like you got to. I just try to be prepared. So
What's the guest you want? Are you going to meeting any guests? I mean, are there any guests that you want to meet more than anybody else, other than
yeah,
Eli
this
Roth? Other than
uh,
Eli Roth?
Michael Ironside,
Shit.
which I'm
You don't need to say any more. You're already on top of the mountain.
I mean, he was a big. At first, I wasn't sure if I was going to go to Frightmare this year because like the first people that they announced, I was like, I they've been there several times and stuff like that. Um, but like then they did Michael Ironside. I was like, oh yeah, man, because it's not just me, it's me and like two other my buddies. We go together. But I mean, Joe Dante's going to be there. Sean S. Cunningham's going to be there. Um, who else? Kane
Yeah,
Hodder's going to be
but, but
there.
but a chance for you to sit there with Michael Ironside and have him on, and you got to do this when you're standing there with him and your friends are taking the video. You gotta say Ross checks Roughnecks. Hooah. Uh, hey Darian, how are you? How are you? Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. We are doing a fundraiser for our good friend Hobbs Horror. If you can share us out, that'll be amazing. I appreciate that so much. Let's see. Oh, hey, I know who that is. Horror Maniacs Germany. That's our friend Francisco, I believe. Greetings, greetings. How are you? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm seeing some people coming in. Mentioned Steve Desert Adventures in Arizona. He also did it. He also, I believe, took part of a marathon about a year ago, or maybe a little more a year ago, for our friend Kenneth. Um, yes. Yeah, I have not seen you in forever. I still owe him a review. I still owe him a review. I still do. I'm always falling behind. Our friend Desert Adventures in Arizona. He also did a marathon. We did a marathon for our good friend Kenneth Oakes. A bunch of us got together and we went online. And I was up for like an hour, a little over an hour, and we raised awareness and funds for Kenneth. Him and his dad were in a really tight spot, and I was glad to be a part of that. That was a lot of fun. I was really honored to be asked to participate in that, and I appreciated being asked to help out. I was glad to do it, and we were able to raise enough to get Kenneth to a safe place. That was
Nice,
awesome. That was
nice.
awesome. That's the power of the community. That was the van life. That was the van life community that did that, and it was impressive. Really, it was. It was like, man, as soon as you're done with this, as soon as you're done with this show, they raid another one, and then raid another one, and there always be fresh faces popping in there. And before you knew it, they raised the money. They went down there to help Kenneth out. Unfortunately, they were not able to save his house. They went down there to raise the house, but to save the house, but the house had already been. It was too late for the house. But they were able to get Kenneth and his dad in a much better position, and that was the power of community right there. Power community. You want to see if there is such a thing.
Mhm.
Um, if there is such a thing, amazing. It's an amazing thing to see.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, just now, I mean, we're at 225 now.
okay. So all right. Thank you so much. 225. We're trying to get up to 360. We're trying to get up to 360 before we pop out of here. And I think we can do it. I really, really believe that we can do that. Just continue to share us out. That's the keys to share us out, and hopefully get some fresh faces in the live stream, and or maybe they'll come back tonight on Hobbs channel at 10 o'clock, and donate there. We're just covering the daylight, people. we're here for the day people, and for the friends from our friends from Europe, like Francesco, who made a terrific Friday the 13th fan film, The Origins of Evil. Amazing, amazing. One of the best fan films I've ever saw. It was so cool. It's so. Um, if you want to read the interview with Francisco, we interviewed him and the cast of his film. It's in, just type in Friday the 13th, in on my page, it'll bring it up. As Steven's saying, it looks like you're promoting Danny Shepard. That's gonna be okay. Are you coming back here? Are you gonna give up Twitch? Because I thought we lost Steven to Twitch. I thought he was gonna be promoting Twitchers. Um, let's see. Jamie says, "Man, I just checked, and Scarefest weekend passes and VIP tickets are sold out. Day passes are 30 to 40 bucks. That's a little cheaper than last year. That's a
Hmm.
hell of a lot of money. That's a hell of a lot of money." Um, and I'll say this. I'll say this. Um, there's no, if you're a YouTuber and you do reviews and you do deep dives and you do, like you do, toy reviews, or if you do anything like that, um, by all means, at least you could do is write to the organizer and ask for a press pass. There's nothing wrong with that. Ask for a press pass. Like for
I
me, honestly, by this time next year, Larry, you should be writing for a press pass. If you and Don are still doing in the house, which I'm sure you will be, write for a press pass.
I did last year for the one of the local cons, and I didn't get it. But I mean, again, that was just like I hadn't, I wasn't what it what my channel is now. So I'm not gonna do it this year. I'll probably do it like you said. I'll probably try it again next year and see. At least now I have more of a following, and I have a little bit more experience with talking to people and stuff like that. I did it last year only just to see, like, you know local person. Let's see if they're
Yeah, but you have a
willing.
year's worth more of content.
Mhm.
That's the thing. You have the year's more. Now you have content. A lot of times, if you can't, you can't. They won't let you in if you. They won't let it necessarily in. No problem, Francisco. I'm going to be reviewing your third part. I promise you. And you heard it all here in front of me and 13 other people. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that this weekend. I'm going to review the third part of your trilogy, and they're going to run it all together. Oh, I'm such a slacker sometimes. I'm just like a cat. I'm like, I have like 20 minutes of hard energy. Then I gotta flop and sleep for like 5 hours. I mean, can you relate to that?
Me, no. My cats, I can
Well,
relate to, seeing my cats do that. They do that all the time.
but
I
you don't.
can't I can't do that. I have to be doing something.
Well,
I'm a
you would be doing something. You'd be sleeping.
I wish I could sleep. That's the
Uh,
one thing, like, and that's the other thing too. Like, for example, like last night, my cat woke me up in the middle of the night to feed her, and it's just like it's hard for me to go back to sleep. But when I do go back to sleep, I can go back to sleep. But the only thing that sucks is, like, I am a morning person. I wake up early, you know. So my wife can sleep. She can sleep forever. If I don't bother her, she'll sleep all day if I let her. But
so
me,
so
I'm
basically, so basically, your wife is really the cat then.
yeah.
Uh
Like, I'll get up at 7 in the morning on a Saturday, and, like, okay,
huh.
go to the gym, do stuff that I need to do, go to grocery shop, do run errands, because that's me. Like today, same thing. Since I was off, I went, took my stepdaughter to school, went to go get my inspection sticker for my car. Like, I was already doing stuff when I got up, so it's kind of like, and then I'm home, and exciting stuff. I was, replacing doorknobs on the doors. So
Nice.
there you go, folks. The exciting life of the
Woo.
hard cat dad right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm. That sounds like an action-packed day. You definitely need a cat nap after that.
Yeah, I mean, once I'm done. Oh, and I did a little bit of filming too,
Okay.
for stuff.
Uh, yeah, 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 yeah. I gotta admit, sometimes, I'll have that burst of energy. I'll, get going, get cracking, and the next thing you know, I'm sleeping, and like Paladin will he'll come wake me up in the morning, early morning. He'll come
Mhm.
over and he'll just climb on me, and I'm awake. I'm just like, okay, because that's like 15 pounds of cheetah, and it's just like it's. And does your cat lick your hand too?
No, no.
Oh, he does that. He does that just to make sure I'm alive. It's like, okay, am I getting fed today, or did he die in bed? Thank you so much for that, Cheetah. Hey, Professor in the casa. That's right. Viva la raza. Um, Hey, Mike, how are you? I didn't see you there. Just walked in. I'm sorry, didn't mean to miss you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. No, I'm way behind with you, Francisco. I owe you an apology. I really do. So I'm going to say that to you right here, right now. I am sorry. I do need to get to the third part. I am very high on your short film. I love short films. Man, I love short films. The guy who I got tonight. In fact, let me drop that because that is such a badass short film.
Looks
The
like
gun.
Video Tasties Gareth is here too. Hey Gareth, how's it going?
Holy cow! Hey, what's going on, Gareth? He is going to be. I think he's going to be doing his bond rankings here soon. Um, yeah, so suddenly I turned around and I watched Chef's ranking. 101 Bronson. I watched his ranking. Man, he's been putting out some amazing content lately.
Oh yeah, Jeff
Oh my
is.
gosh,
You know, he's been
it's
killing
been
it.
on. I've been really hooked. I've been really hooked on his. He did his best. His Western collection, showed that off. Then he showed off his TV series, and then he did his Bond ranking. And we're like, man, this he's on a roll here.
And then
Uh,
he does his series for the Al Pacino films.
oh, did he
He
do
does
one for Al Pacino?
yeah,
I,
he does a retrospective review of like Al Pacino's filmography. So I think he just finished this season's, so he'll have a new season. I'm not sure when he starts doing them again, but he does them in seasons. So he'll go through like I think he finished the '90s of Al Pacino's films in this past season.
What really sort of sucks? What really sort of sucks? It sucks like we're doing this watch party, right? I started this watch party on my channel. Like once a month, I bring in some filmmakers to come in and talk about the movie. As you know, you and Don were guests. Uh, were guests when we did You Should Have Killed Me. Um, and Garrett does this every day. Garrett does the watch party every day. And Man, I would love to have like Jeff come on as a guest because I'm going to be doing another one in the fall. I'm going to be doing an Al Pacino movie called Hangman, and
Oh, nice.
we're gonna be inviting back Michael Cassie. He's going to be coming back to talk about that movie because he wrote it. So, and I'm going, man, this it's a movie that's a movie that I just love to have someone like Jeff come out because someone who absolutely loves Al Pacino, or Gareth because he absolutely loves, the 90s action movies, whatnot. But they're
Hmm.
in Europe and it's 5 hours ahead of time. And it's like, uh, um, uh, uh, oh, oh, thank you, Professor. Wow, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I had so much fun yesterday with Danny Shepard. But I would love to have them come over more, to come over and hang out. But it's like 5 hours time difference. And it's like, yeah, I don't think if I told Gareth that, hey, I want you to get up at 2 in the morning to come hang out with us. I think Gareth would sit there and say, jump off a cliff already. Because I would love to have Jeff come on for my Al Pacino. I would
Well, I
just
mean, I guess it would have to be around this time.
yeah. I'm
Well, I
think
mean,
you know what
you'd have to talk to them and see what.
I might have to do that for that show. I might have to do that. I think I might have to come up and do a afternoon matinee show for that. instead of doing it at night like I normally do. I think that's probably what's going to have to happen. But I definitely would love to have someone like Gareth and Jeff to come out and hang out because those guys they put out some amazing content and yeah, I love to do that. All right, let me catch up with the chat. I am really bad at this chat thing, but you guys have been taking care of business so well. Let's see. Let's see. Gareth saying hi to everybody. Owl saying hi to Gareth. Let's see. Um, Gareth saying he needs to get on that Bond video. What's your favorite Bond film? What's your favorite
Uh,
Bond film and favorite Bond girl?
hmm. Bond film is kind of hard because for the longest time, the one that I would watch a lot was the it's not considered a Bond film, or it's technically not a Bond film. Is the Never Say Never Again, that one?
I love that one.
Yeah, I love that one too. Like I watched it a lot, and I never realized that it wasn't until I got older that it wasn't a Bond film, but it is. He's it's not a Bond film, but it's James Bond, you know. Um, so I would have to say that's my favorite. My favorite Bond girl. I mean, man, that's hard.
Is
That's
it
a hard.
really? Is it really? Is it really that hard?
I
I
think
mean,
so.
I think there's the obvious number one, and then after that, then it's sort of hard.
Mm, trying to think.
Gareth has pointed out that he and I will be teaming up again to do another Andy Sedaris movie. We have done a couple in the past, and also I will be traveling over there to watch Sahara, which is one of my very favorite movies. Definitely, probably maybe my favorite Matthew McConaughey movie. Sahara's a badass movie. Love Sahara. Um, okay, you were saying your favorite Bond girl?
Hmm, that's hard. I have to think about that one.
Really? You really
Yeah,
have to think about that.
yeah.
You should. You're. I think. Let me help you out. So think about your second favorite Bond girl, because we already know your first one's going to be. Gareth can tell you. Gareth can tell you your favorite Bond girl. Gareth, who's the number one Bond girl? Okay, let's put it this way. Everybody, what's your favorite Bond girl? There we go. There's a topic. There's a topic that my main man Hobbs Horror can dig on. Um, let's see. Steven mentions that Kim Basinger is his pick. Okay. Terry
but
Hat.
again, but again,
Mhm.
technically, it's not a Bond movie, right? So
Uh, you know what? Barbara Carrera fits. Barbara, you say Barbara Carrera? No one's gonna say it. No one's gonna say wrong.
I'm just saying, like it's kind of like I don't know. I mean, with that one, it's technically not a Bond film, so it's kind of like you know what I mean. Like it's yeah, because I could say Kim. She's not my favorite. I wouldn't say Kim Basinger is my favorite one. You know, at least I could say that. But she's I would be like she is a Bond girl. You know, but it's
Gareth is
kind of like how you
saying,
see it.
Gareth is saying Carrie Lowell. Um, really? That's your favorite Bond girl?
See, there you go.
What?
There you go, Pat. You're
What? What? I mean, she's okay, but I mean, let's see. Jamie mentions it's hard to pick a favorite Bond film. I like so many, but if I had to pick one, I'm going with Casino Royale with Eva Green. Eva Green?
hmm.
She was awesome in Golden Compass. You want to see a great Eva Green? I loved her in that movie. She was cool as hell. That's where I became. But she's. Oh my gosh, she really is a chameleon. Eva Green. I mean, there are some movies where she's just like, holy crow, and then there's some movies she pops up there and it's like, holy crow. He's like. because she's able to change her physical appearance so much. It's really amazing. She's a really good actress.
Now, one that I find that I'll always find very attractive is Anna Diastra, because I mean Blade Runner 2049 and everything else I've seen her in, she's very very
Which
very
which
striking.
which one?
Anna, how do you say her? Anna Di Anna Diestra, or how do you say her name?
Oh, Anna de Armas.
Jarmus. There you go.
Oh, she's pretty too.
Yeah, she's very very nice on the eyes for sure. And
Okay.
I couldn't call her my favorite Bond girl, but I mean it's like I find her very striking. You know.
The professor says that Eva Green. It's such a professor answer. Eva Green is amazing. Sexy, crazy eyes. Yes, she does have those. If you doubt that, I highly recommend watching Sin City: A Dame to Die For. She is crazy as hell in that movie. Nice boobies. Yes, yes. Big fan of hers from the Dreamers to Penny Dreadful. Uh, Jamie's looking at the professor like we all looking at the professor. Did he just say nice boobies? That's the professor. Um, uh, let's see. The night owl is Don's kicking in. He says I like variety. So how about Tanya Roberts and Grace Jones from A View to a Kill. One for snuggles, one for to beat the hell out of my enemies.
Yeah,
Wow,
Grace Jones. I wouldn't want to mess with her.
honestly, which one's which though? Because don't forget, Tanya Roberts was one of Charlie's Angels, so she's also able to kick ass. So I mean, I think Tanya Roberts and Grace Jones could be like the modern version of Bambi and Thumper.
But Grace Jones, like, I wouldn't want to mess with her. Tanya
Yeah,
Roberts, though,
Grace Jones is a badass,
yeah,
and she's beautiful. Grace Jones is a good looking lady, really good looking lady. Uh,
she's very like, you don't know if she's gonna love you or tear your throat out, and she could probably do
uh,
both.
okay, we are now at 250. 250. Larry, we're only 110 away from our goal. Can you believe
Nice.
this? Can you believe this? We're only 110 away. That's amazing. That's awesome. We're gonna hand the ball off to Hobbs and tonight, and Hobbs and his wonderful crew that are gonna be taking over tonight at 10 o'clock. We're gonna be handing them over to some momentum. And I'm really happy about that. I really am. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it so much. This is cool as hell. This is cool as hell. Of course, I couldn't have done this without this being the cat house. Um, I mean, that's right. It is the cat house. We're raising funds to those who come in or watching a replay or what have you. We're raising some money for our good friend Hobbs Horror. He's got some unexpected medical expenses and just living expenses that he's going to need some help with. So thanks to you guys all in the chat for chipping in, supporting it, saying thank you to people who donated. That's really important too. And yes, I saw you do that earlier, Don. I appreciate that, my brother. Um, Thank you guys for taking care of each other in the chat. That's what community is about. It's about giving back. It's not all about that. It's not about taking. It's about giving. That's what community means to me. That's what it means to me. Not taking, but giving. So let's see. Now they're talking about the worst Bond girl, and I gotta agree. I don't think there's any questions. I don't think there's any questions about that. The worst Bond girl, it probably is Denise Richards. Um, I, I felt sorry for her because she really didn't have anything to do. They gave her a goofy name, Christmas Jones, a really bad last line in the movie. Um,
What
just
about what about Halle Berry? Nobody's mentioned her at all.
oh man, Halle Berry. When she came out of the water, that iconic Ursula Andrews shot, I was like, man, that's the Haley Berry and Rosamund Pike. I mean, holy.
See, the
It,
notable beyond
it's
that,
like
the one I was gonna mention.
you just go, you just shake your head, going like, "It's got to be good to be Pierce Brosnan." You know, what I'm saying? It's got to be a good to be a Pierce Brosnan. Um,
I
let's
mean, I
see.
was Ursula is one that's like the most iconic. I think when she comes out of the water, like that's the first. I don't know if I'd call her my favorite, but yeah, like she's the most. She's the one I remember most coming out of that water. Like, whew, man.
Um, I thought that Hallie came out and it was like the new and improved model. You know, it was like Ursula was great, but it's like but now this is the new and improved model, and then Halle Berry can walk it up there, and it's just like, damn. And then Rosamund Pike as Miranda Frost. I mean, it was just like, okay, you're watching them have like that cat fight on the plane, and you're going like, how come they just can't both just agree to get along? Because you don't want to see one win over the other because they're so pretty, but you know that one's gonna have to go down. And yeah, I thought that was an iconic kill though. Halle Berry killing Rosamund Pike. That was an amazing shot. That um, threw that knife right through the book. That was pretty badass. Um, let's see. Jamie mentions, I love Denise Richards on Real Housewives. I'm Denise Richards. Biatch. I've been on every magazine cover in the world. Uh, uh, yeah, it just sucked that shit. That like it's. I like Denise Richards. I do. I mean, she's in one of my very favorite movies, but it's like She also got put up against Dina Meyer, and it's just like, man, that's just tragic because Dina Meyer is all that and a cup of coffee. I mean, really all that in a cup of coffee. She would have been an amazing Bond girl.
Yeah,
Dina Meyer? Dina Meyer would have, but do
she
you
would
know
have
who
been. She would have been
Dina
pretty. She had that. She would have been very striking, and then
Mhm.
she can hold her own. Obviously, you know.
Definitely going on. The one, but my favorite, one of my favorites, but she was not a Bond girl, but she was definitely a peer, not a Bond girl. I've never heard anybody call her a Bond girl because she's not. She isn't. But she definitely ruled the screen, and that was Michelle Yao.
Mm,
Oh, hell yeah. That was a what? Now we're at 350.
we're at 350.
What the man? You guys, thank you thank you so much. I can't believe it. Yes, I can. I can believe it. What am I saying? I can't believe it. Thank you so much. This is really going to help Hobbs and his family out so much. I'm blown away. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Oh, we'll get up to 360. How you feeling, man? Are you feeling a little maybe like, can we dare say it? I mean, do you think we can get to five? Can we
I
even-
don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
How long are we gonna?
I don't know. We might have to pull in. We might have to pull in the other half of In the House to help us. If we get to 360, and if he can do this, we'll invite the Night Owl to come up, Don Zombie, and not only would see if Don Zombie can get up here, but I'm sure Don Zombie could probably do some sloppy hand hearts. What do you think? So we need $10 to reach 360. See if we can get Don Zombie to come up here and do some sloppy hand hearts. $10 away. So let me know. Let me know when we're getting there, and then I'm gonna get the link up just in case. Get that all fired up and ready, and then if we get to 360, then we'll send out the link to Don Zombie, and then I'll see if I can get some sloppy hand hearts going.
We're we're pimping out the sloppy hand hearts.
Hell, that is okay. Is that not the most singular? The one, the shout outs to sloppy hand hearts. Is that still your favorite video of all time on YouTube?
Oh, I mean, it's definitely.
Got to be top three for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely like no, it's actually definitely top two.
I see. You see, Leon. Sorry, Lemonia says,
Pneumonia.
yeah, it says Don needs to come up and do his swamp kitty dance. Guaranteed $10. Steven mentions Isabella Scorpio was okay. She was a short hair one to go at night. Yeah, she was drop dead gorgeous. Holy crow.
Oh man, Femke
Uh,
Jensen. She was. Oh,
let's see.
yeah, she's also. I mean, I don't think she was a Bond girl really in Goldeneye, but man.
yeah, and Pamke Jansen as
Hmm.
Ona Onatopp. Yeah, she played a good villainess.
Yeah.
She played a great villainess. Uh, let's see. When I'm having a tough day, I watch Sloppy Hand Hearts video, and all is right in the world again. No doubt about that. That's one of my very favorite videos on here. When I saw that, I was crying. Sloppy Hand Hearts.
I can't do
You
it as
get a
good as Don.
you get a sloppy hand heart. You get a sloppy hand heart.
Yeah, that was great.
Let's see. All right. So I'm looking here for 360. Once we get 360, I'm gonna be slapping this. I'm gonna be slapping this on over to Dawn, and we'll turn this cat house into a somewhat of like owl house, or in this house, and we'll get some sloppy hand hearts going. That's what I'm talking about. You know what? When you get to Michael Ironside this weekend, and I know you're gonna post with him. You should see about him doing sloppy hand heart. See if you live long enough to get him to do a sloppy hand heart.
I'll ask him and see what he says.
But don't try to run from him because he'll just scanner your ass right there. Like, all right, Larry, I'm gonna suck your brain dry. Um,
One of the things
Stephen,
that speaking of Frightmare, I was gonna the one thing that I got that I'm hoping to get signed by Cunningham and what's her name? The final girl from the first Friday the 13th. Like her name is skipping me right now. Like, but I got this signed by Harry Manfredini a couple of years
uh,
back. So I'm hoping it's a generic Jason like digital print. So I'm hoping to get them to sign this, and then Kane Hodder's going to be there. Hopefully, he'll sign it.
oh,
And
Kane Hodder will do that. Kane Hodder's
well,
he's such a gentleman.
no, he's. I mean, he's great. The only thing is, he is very. When I did meet him the first time, because I've already met him before. When I met him before, I was in line. I was in line, and there was like two people ahead of me, and somebody was uh, uh, and nothing against Kane. Like I totally understand his reasoning behind this, but somebody came up and had a picture that his daughter drew of a Jason, but the Freddy versus Jason version of Jason. So he wanted him to sign that, and then he went into this whole story about how like that wasn't me, that was this guy, and this and that, and he said, but you know what? It's for your daughter, so I'm going to sign it. I'm not going to charge you anything because it's for your daughter. So I was like, wow, that's really cool. So he went
Yeah.
into a whole story about like the whole situation, what had happened, like what happened with him and why he didn't get Freddy versus Jason. And then the guy next to me plops down a poster of Freddy versus Jason.
Oh no.
I'm like, I'm three people away, and and I heard the story, and this guy that's like closer, it's like oblivious. And the funny thing is, Kane looked right at me, and he goes like that, like he's like,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's not right.
I was like, man, come on, like you did not hear this. I'm like I'm three people away, and I heard this story. I'm like, come on, man. And then he told him,
The very first convention I ever went to, one of the guests was Denise Crosby, and and there was a line for her for signing. You know what?
mm,
You know what I thought. You know what the guys had for her to sign?
mm,
Her Playboy.
wow,
I was just like, why would you do that? I mean, I mean, at the time she did that because she had just left Star Trek: The Next Generation, and she was generating some publicity. She did it, but it wasn't one of those things where you got the idea that like I've never heard her speak about it. But it's one of those things where I don't really think that I think if you asked her if she would do that again, I think that she probably would say no to that. And not only that, but there were also like young people in line too, for
Mhm.
Star Trek fans. But people were asking her to sign her Playboy book. I was just like, man, I would have never done anything that crass. I just wouldn't have. That's just no, no. I
Well,
was just like, oh, jeez.
well, I mean, I've seen some people that have their Playboy there that you can buy.
Where at the no, she didn't have anything. Like she didn't
Well,
have
no,
it.
no. I'm just saying, like I have seen other like people that were in other women that were in Playboy that were like in horror movies or any and stuff like that. Like they actually had them there. They're covered. Like they have their
Oh,
print like covered, but it's like you can.
oh yeah, that's one thing. But we're talking
Yeah,
like you guys were bringing the magazine, and they were going to have her sign the main picture, where she's
yeah.
naked, and it was just like like come on, seriously, you really going to do that? And yeah, not a moment I would have been proud of as a fan. Um, let's see.
So I have so to answer Professor's question. So the other part of that story is Kane didn't sign it. Like he told the guy like I can't sign this and it's
Right.
not me. I can't. So he flat out told him like I can't sign this. I'm not going to sign this. So that's why I'm curious if he'll actually sign this because it it's just a digital. It's an digital art print of Jason. It's kind of like a generic Jason. So if he's not cool with it, then that's fine. I totally understand. But yeah, like I can I can see that being a problem. And like I said, I already have his autograph anyway. But it's just one of those things where like I try to be I'm sort of a completionist. Like I'd like to have him because he's my favorite Jason. So have him, Sean Cunningham.
I would love to seen you walk up there and ask him to sign a picture of Cunningham, of him and Victor Miller standing next to each other, and ask him to sign it.
Have me thrown out, man. Now the now the now the other funny thing when I sat down and I have a picture of this when I sat down for the picture with Kane, like I was just like this, and then I was not expecting it. All of a sudden, I felt like a big old like meat hook come around my neck, and I was like, oh, like he put his arm around my neck, and I was just like, so the
Uh-huh.
pictures like that, I'm like this, like he pulled me in, so that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. I've heard Kane Hodder's like been people's one of those very, very everybody when you mention their favorite guest they've ever met at a con, Kane Hodder is always mentioned like right there. There's two people that people mention. One as far as like the coolest dude, it's Kane Hodder, and the one that's the biggest asshole, Tom Savini. And that still holds today. I have never heard anybody say any different. Um
I
oh,
I have two stories about Tom Savini. My first one,
anything. Is he an asshole in both of them?
no, the first one when I met him, my first year going to Frightmare, yeah, he was kind of an asshole. It was a Friday night. It was the first day of the con. It was my first time going to Texas Frightmare, and like I was in line. I didn't really know the etiquette because it was like one of my first cons going. He's like, "Well, do you want to do you want me to sign something?" And then I was like, yeah." I had a mini poster of Dawn of the Dead, and he signed that. And then I was just kind of saying, "There's like, well, do you want a picture?" And I was like, uh, yeah. Like I felt like kind of like, oh, sorry, So that was that. But see, like last year, I was in line to get into Frightmare, and then he was like kind of walking through the crowd, and then he started joking with the whole crowd, like he was like having a good time. So I was like, man, where was this when I met him? So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It was like conflicting. Like he was laughing and joking with the crowd last year, but then back in 2014 when I met him, it was just like. But I
I
hear
don't
that
know.
too.
Maybe he's older and he's feeling his mortality. Maybe he's realizing that maybe it's not such a good thing to be. Like because think about it. I mean, how would you like? I mean, I don't know how some people. Like I you know. Let's see. Oh, you want to come up? Okay. Yeah. Steven, I'll let you come up. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. press guru Stephen Chang. Yeah, let me know when you're ready, and I'll send you the link. Yeah, that's awfully, especially considering how hard it is. So that's I'm gonna encourage this. I want him to come on up. That'll be cool. And then also we need $10 for 360 before we can I'm gonna cheat on that too. I'm gonna send that to Don Zombie. Yeah, I'm gonna send that to Don Zombie and Steven, and we'll turn this party out. Let's turn this out.
Well, that's if Don is available. I mean, I can't vouch for him. I don't know what he's doing. He might be
Yeah,
doing L things.
he could be sleeping. He could be getting ready to go to sleep for tonight because he'll be up at 1:30. Um, but we could ask him what movie he's gonna watch tonight. Um, and Professor, I hope you got my note about Raz. I would definitely highly recommend that. I own that movie myself. Anything with Zoe Bell is definitely worth watching. Even Croczilla, man, that. So that was like a sort of like a grade D movie effect wise. But holy shit, they had a twist at the end of it. I didn't see that coming either. Let's see. See, he's eating mac and cheese with a spork like a boss. All right.
It's the only way to do it.
Yeah, let me know if you want to come up, Don, for a few minutes after you get done eating your mac and cheese. I'll definitely roll you up here. And
That actually sounds pretty good.
let's see. And then the professor said that he just he's buying some IFC films. I love seeing that. It seems like everybody's talking IFC films lately. That's a good thing. Late Night with the Devil is a big hit. Big hit. Man, I really thought that once Abigail came out, I thought that would be the end of Late Night with the Devil. I thought that would be everybody would be talking about Abigail up until The Strangers Part 1, but that's not true. Late Night with the Devil has been very, very popular still. Um,
Well, it's a
but
better
of course,
movie.
the movie, as much as I love IFC, and I do, you got to go see The Coffee Table. The Coffee Table is going to be your favorite horror film of the year. I guarantee it. I
That's
guarantee
check it out.
that movie is insane. It is.
Yeah, my thing is uh Late Night with the Devil. I actually like it more than Abigail. I saw Abigail in the theater. Uh
Right.
it when I came out of the theater, I was like, well,
Mm,
it was
mm.
okay. I was hoping it was gonna be better. And but no, I mean, the gore and effects were pretty good. The girl that played Abigail was incredible. Like, she stole the show. And then Peter, the guy, Kevin Durant, if I'm saying his name correctly.
Oh, Kevin
Uh,
Durant, yeah, he's
yeah,
awesome.
Kevin Durant. He's great in that too. Like, those were my two favorite characters. And then I mean, I'm a huge fan of Dan Stevens, so the fact that his performance was like, I felt like,
Um,
man, the dialogue was definitely weak.
mm.
Uh, the directing was like, eh.
Was that another Bloomhouse movie?
No, it was by the people that did the last two Scream films, Radio Silence.
Oh, really? Okay. Uh, Dude, I saw their anthology. I reviewed it. Southbound.
Hmm.
That's a fucking amazing movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
So there was that, and then, like, a lot of people were like singing Abigail's praises. I'm like, did I watch the same movie? Like, was there a different version they were showing? Now, Late Night with the Devil, I do have my issues with it. I've told everybody the same thing. I like 90% of the film. The ending is what fell flat for me, which I was just like, I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, but that last 5-10 minutes, I was just like, seriously? Like,
yeah,
so
everybody's got to watch The Coffee Table. That
I'll have to
that
check that
movie
one
is
out.
absolutely that movie isn't. I've been talking about that since last year. I saw a screener of it early last year, and that movie just fucked me up. And so I finally got a hard copy to review, and I rewatched it again for my review. And that movie fucked me up. Um, it is. I haven't seen anything like that. I have not seen anything like that before. It is a mind blower. Um, I think they mentioned, like, they say it's a dark comedy. I think they say that to sort of like lessen the impact of that movie, because once you see it and see, once you get into it, the one thing you're gonna be sitting there watching is like, uh, where's the comedy? I mean, this is absolutely terrifying. This is like horrific. It is like, it's amazing. It's disturbing. You'll never forget it. You'll be talking about that when people start talking about movies like that. People that shook you up. You'll be hearing about this movie making that list. People, because we always talk about, like Sodom. We always talk about a solo, a fallow, 120 Days of Sodom. We always talk about like the Human Centipede, Martyrs, Serbian Film, I Spit on Your Grave, all that. You talk about the shockers, right? The really, yeah, this movie belongs right there on that list. But it's a really good movie. It's really well acted, and and it really comes across as, I wanted to sit there and say what I really wanted to say about it, but I couldn't with that because I'd give the movie away. You know, but when I was watching it, I was thinking the same thing happens here in this country about 8 to 10 times a day, and
Hmm.
I'm just sitting here going like, this is what it would be like. This must be the reaction that people have when that incident happens, because I'm just sitting there going like, I was blown away. Stephen King saw it and he gave it his highest approval.
Wow.
And I'm going to be talking to the director, um, probably in July. I'm going to be talking to him in July. Um, I wanted to talk to him earlier, but he's just learning English right now. So and then he's going to be on the road in June, but he wanted more time to learn more English, and I said that's not a problem for me. And so we're going to come back and talk to him in July. But hopefully, by the time that happens, everybody here will have seen the coffee table and will come and want to ask some questions, because it's absolutely an amazing movie. All right. All right. Let's see. Steven wants to come up through Instagram. Let's see if we can do that.
I think he said Facebook.
Yeah.
It's all the same, right?
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook. It's all Meta. Meta.
All right. While I'm sending this to Steven, I do want to go ahead and mention tonight's show. I should talk about tonight's show a little bit. We will be talking to. Oh wow. Okay. All right. I am going to be talking about interviewing another guest here. Sweet. Love it. All right. Um, hold on one second. Okay. All right, Steven, I'm sending it to you. I'm sending it to you right now. And yeah, all right. This is gonna be fun. Okay. There you go, young man. I'll be looking for you to come through the studio. All right. Where are we at? Where are we at as far as our where we at? Are we at 360 yet?
No, we're
Are
still
we
at 350.
still at 350? $10 more, and we get the Ron Zombie to come up here and do some sloppy hand hearts. So we need $10 more, and we'll do sloppy hand hearts for sure. And Stephen Chang's going to come up here. Those who don't know who Stephen is, he is a publicist. He goes around and he helps actors get some promotions. He gets them on different podcasts. different interviews. If he does it, and he does it out of the love of the film. He's a great guy. He's been a guest on Eight Questions with. So we're really happy that he's on. Um, he may speak a little. He might be a little scared, a little nervous. So I know you guys will all support him for that. It ain't easy going on live, is it? The first few times I did this live, and I'm sure everybody here can relate to this. The very first time that we did our live streams, man, I don't know, man. I was so nervous. I was so nervous, showing my face. I mean, doing it without showing my face, it was no problem because, like, okay, I'm safe. No one can see me. Um, but then once I got in front of the camera and started doing this, oh man, I was nervous. So,
Yeah, I can definitely, if you go back and watch the first watch party that I did with Don for Predator, I was, you can tell, I mean, I was nervous. I was, just kind of like, I didn't know what to say. I was quiet.
mhm.
It's just like, I'm, like I said, I'm, for the most part, I'm a pretty private person. So, and in doing my channel, it's like, that's why even my videos now, it's all about the figures or whatever I'm reviewing. So that's the part that's, I wanted to focus on that. So like the live stream and doing it in the house and stuff, it's definitely helped me be more talking to people. But still, I'm still, every now and again I get pretty nervous. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Hey man, thanks for stopping by. Echo, how's it going, Echo?
You're up, Steven.
Well, not sure if the cams are working.
It's all right. We got you. We got you. How are you, young man?
Everything's good.
So now we're talking to two people here, Stephen and Larry. They're both be going over the Texas Frightmare this weekend. So you two have officially become the most admired people in our community, and also we're also the most envious that you get to go down there and have a kick-ass time. Um, so much fun. You know what? You guys should actually talk off camera and talk about maybe meeting each other.
I think we talked about it once in a chat about meeting up. I don't know how all that
Uh huh.
works, because I know of like three other people in the community that are going. So it'd be cool to just say hi and just, jump on cam and stuff. Do a quick live like, hey, from Frightmare when on Friday when I'm on in the house. So
Well,
that'd be pretty cool.
I'm hitting there like on Saturday, Sunday, but I got the weekend pass.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, Larry said that the person he wants to meet most of all is Michael Ironside. Who about you? How about you, Stephen? Who's the one guest that you want to meet more than anybody else?
Maybe Eli Roth and the Cabin Fever girls, because Jordan Ladd is the daughter of Charlie's Angels girl Cheryl.
Um, so they're gonna and so the Cabin Fever girls, Jordan Ladd and Serena Vincent.
And
Uh,
then like let Eli know about your channel and your interview with the actress that played like the mom that got um like cooked in the oven.
the number one kill from last year, according to the Oscars. Karen Cleach dying in Thanksgiving was the number one kill last year, and
Uh huh.
I gotta admit, they picked a winner. But I can tell you this year, that's gonna go home with the coffee table. I can tell you that right now. That's gonna
So
go home with.
I'll let Eli Roth know about like about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be very cool. That would be I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Gory and Danny Nightmare sent that to Eli Roth, but I know Karen did. Karen sent that to him. So that I mean, I'm sure when you if you mention it to him, he's gonna know exactly what you're talking about.
But but
That'll be a lot
in
of fun.
case, just in case he doesn't, then I'll like if I can if the signal's good over there, I'll like have one of the videos showing up on my phone for him,
All
just in
right,
case.
that's now. Are you gonna be now? You mentioned like to me, I think I think $90 is a lot of money to take to a convention. We were asking people earlier in the chat, like, how much money does anybody generally take to a convention outside your ticket? Outside your ticket, you already bought your ticket, but how much money after that do you usually take to a convention?
Well, if I had 300, then I'd see like 9 different guests because some of the guests have their prices at the table like $30, which includes like the autograph and the selfie. Some of them like charge like 40.
So
Hold on
you
real
know,
quick, Patrick. I'll be right back. Sorry about that.
what? Let's see. Everybody's talking about sporking. Sporking with a knife, it's a knife and a fork together. That's a great thing to do when you have like potato salad and pulled pork. You can scoop potato salad and stick it into pulled pork. Um, no, we're waiting to get Don. I'm gonna send the link to Don Zombie and see if he can come up here and do a little bit of dancing. I don't know if he can or not, but at least we'll ask him.
But if I can, I'll probably see like Lisa. I think her last name is um um Shrag or something like that. She was Mary Lou and Prom Night 2 with Michael Ironside.
That's right. That's right. You know that's funny about that movie is I have that like on God, I had that movie on so many multi packs. It's like two movies that are on every multi pack. One is Night of the Living Dead, the Romero movie, and two is Prom Night 2. I swear every multi pack that's ever been put out, those two movies are on them. What makes Prom Night 2 so popular?
I mean, it could be like it reminds people a little about like the Carrie, like with the revenge story in a way. If you think about it, it's like sure she like cheated on the principal and everything, cheated on Michael Ironside's character, but then again, she came back for like the revenge.
Okay. Because like I said, I own it. I just have never watched it. I'm thinking I need to find the first Mary Lou because I can't find the first Mary Lou, but I sure as hell can find the second one.
Well, there is no first Mary Lou. It's connected to like the Jamie Lee Curtis prom night. That's what it's called, prom night 2.
Okay, is there are the both stories? Do they connect with each other?
No,
Uh,
I
um,
think I believe it's like it's two different. It's like it's totally different from the first one, from my understanding. It's
Yeah,
been a while since I've seen the first one. Mary Lou, I saw like last year again. So
yeah. Because like I said, I mean the two movies of every time you go in there, look at Jamie's just proven. Jamie just said that too. Said, "Oh, goodbye, Diane. Thank you for coming by." Jamie just says, "I have a horror pack with prom night too." Yeah, I think that's required. Required for every horror multi pack. Multi pack, yeah. For every horror pack, you gotta have Night of the Living Dead, and you gotta have prom night too.
and there is like the costume.
See,
oh,
Jamie,
nice.
yeah.
So
Prom
it's
night one.
like a plague doctor.
prom night 2 is a total, and prom night 2 and prom night 3 are totally different from prom night 1. Okay, that's probably the reason why we don't get prom night 1 multi-pack mania.
Well, it's also, Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm sure it's
Now,
the
now
thing with that too.
check out Steven's costume that he's going to be wearing to Frightmare. That is
It's a plague doctor costume.
right. That isn't that like the medieval version of a doctor? Like yeah, that's what I thought. That's a very cool costume. Now, this could be the first time that you've done cosplay.
I mean, like, yeah, officially.
Yeah, this could be your first time. Wow, man, you are. You know what? From the first time that you and I met to now, man, you have just grown so much, man. You got that self-confidence thing going. And you know what? I'm digging it. I'm digging it big time. Yeah, definitely got to get some pictures taken with you when you go down there with some of the actors. You're
But
gonna have a great time.
the sad part is I will be spending like $100 on like Nightmare Christie, which is the only bad thing. Like I'll probably see Christie and ask her if like I could take like a selfie with her though.
Sure, sure. Now Larry pointed out the last couple of times that he's been down there, um, that Christy, and Christy does admit this. She does float from the table. I think you need to get there the earliest, get to her table as early as possible, and to go down there and and get that picture taken, because she's like she's sort of
Well,
like she's like an ambassador for the table.
I mean, I'll look for her, but this is my first time at the Urban Convention Center. I attended like in 2018 was my last like Frightmare. That was at when they were at the hotel.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. The convention's no longer. Now Echo is in the house. Hold on 1 second, Stephen. We'll come back to that. So we got to shout out our good friend Echo Zero. So let's talk about Echo. Did you see his interview that he did on the fly last week, Larry?
Which one? Let me
So,
look back.
well, Stevens, he got hit down in Florida, right? They had a bad storm hit Florida, and he lost his power, he lost his internet. So he contacted Echo and says, "Hey, because they co-host the House of Horrors every Saturday, 8 o'clock." And Steven says, "Hey, I ain't making it this week. We have a guest. You need to take charge." And so Echo went online, and he went up and he had interviewed Erica Dyer, and absolutely fucking smashed it. Just amazing show. Talk about self confidence. Echo went out there and interviewed his first actor. As far as I know, his first actress, solo, and I did it absolutely. He just crushed it. What can I say?
Yeah, she was really funny. And now I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I was in the chat hanging out for a little bit in that one.
That was
Uh,
an amazing show, and wow, 170 views last I looked. I think it had 160, 170 views so far.
160.
160, 160. That and for a last minute solo hosting job, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
that was
amazing.
awesome. She was really funny.
Yeah, Jamie mentioned that interview was fantastic at Echo. Yeah, it was but you got it, Echo.
You didn't seem like it, Echo, man.
No,
It
man,
seemed
you
like you
should.
were, having a good time, which is cool. That's
Yeah,
always cool.
man. Yeah, it seemed like you've been doing it for years. So House of Horrors really sparkled last weekend, and that's cool as hell. That was very fun to watch, and shout out to Echo for crushing it, man. I wonder who he's going to be interviewing next. I mean, rumor has it that he's going to be hosting the House of Horrors like once a month from now on, sort of doing what you and Don Zombie do. Trading off. That's yeah. That's how you get experience. That's how you get skills. And I think Echo is ready for that. That's just me, of course. Um, you know, see, San Diego has Comic Con. I'm not sure if they have horror elements of that, but I think there's some.
Well, if you're talking about like the horror cons in California, there is like the Monsterpalooza and Son of Monsterpalooza.
Well, there's that, and there's also San Diego Comic Con. But I think San Diego Comic Con, I think it's lost a lot of its luster with the average fan. The average fan cannot afford to go to San Diego Comic Con. And it used to be really cool that you could go down there and actually pay to get in there and see some really cool things. But I think it's become such a seen to be seen type thing, and that people that normally don't even do horror are still going down there just for that reason. I think for the average horror fan, I don't think they go to San Diego anymore, nor do I think they want to. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but from what I've been hearing and what I've been reading on different boards and different channels and what have you, the average horror fan does not do San Diego anymore.
We're at 270, Patrick.
Where are we at? 370? 370.
370, yeah, sorry.
All right. Well, I know I sent Don Zombie the link. I did. I sent him the link. So now we are rolling to our next goal. I don't know if we'll get there, but we're gonna push it. I'm gonna push it hard, real hard. I think we can get up to let's just let's just take a small bite. Let's just take a small bite. Let's go for 400. So we only need $30 for that. So let's just go for that. And share us out if you can. Share us out. We're going to be here for a little bit more. Share us out to your friends and let them know that we are live, and we are, or better yet. And I'm not sure if this is really sudden. This is real sudden. If there's anybody else that wants to go up live and do a live stream now, we could do a raid, and then I'll go over to the new channel and just keep this party rolling. If anybody's interested in hosting for the next segment, let us know. Kaiju Sporking rules. Thundercloud formation. Go. All right. Anybody remember that? Thundercloud formation? Telling you. Larry, save me here. Save him. Thundercloud formation.
Thundercloud formation?
Yeah. Where'd that come from?
I'm drawing a blank on that myself.
God, you guys are killing me here. Killing me. Casey knows it. Casey, Thundercloud formation. Where'd that come from?
From Pacific Rim?
Yes. Well, he saved the day. Oh man, I love that movie so much. That movie's so badass.
No, I haven't seen the second one, and it's been a while since I've seen the first one.
I haven't seen the second one either. I'm scared to. I'm scared to, because everything that was so magical about the first one ain't in the second one. But the first one is absolutely amazing. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So if anybody wants to, anybody feels like they want to do a pop up and keep the party going, let me know. If not, we'll stay here. I don't care. Do you guys have anywhere to go?
Not just yet. I do have to step away because this cat is, she's.
Why don't you show the cat on? Why don't you show your cat on camera?
Well, I'd have to. I don't know if I can get my camera to come down here. She keeps rolling around, and I know she's hungry, so that's why.
Yeah, we definitely need to see that on camera.
Let me see if I can.
Well, if Larry wants to meet up, like we can exchange contact information, like maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, we
We
can
can
see.
do
Yeah,
okay.
there she is. She's trying to.
Um,
That's how I know she's hungry. She keeps going around my legs and like causing a ruckus.
Wow, look at
I'm
that.
I don't have to leave yet. I just have to go feed her because if not, she's just gonna be like tearing up the place.
Does she flop on her side and go back and forth?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she first came in here, she was like on her side, but she was banging on the door. Like that's why I had to let her in because if not, you were gonna just see that back door there is just gonna be like tap in like somebody's trying to break in. It's her.
All right. Well, Larry's gonna step away. Larry's gonna step away for a few minutes to save his life and by feeding his cat, and then he'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So I'll be
Patrick,
right back, guys.
Patrick just threw his arms in the air the same way my hubby did at the end of society. Uh, oh,
If Hobbs wants, I'll talk to Max, John, and everyone else, like Women of Darkness, see if they can uh, give a couple, like maybe like
shout
help
out.
Hobbs set up like a fundraiser.
How about doing some shout outs for the Hobbs? We'll get him to do we'll get him to do some do a couple of shout outs. Like I happen to know the Hobbs loves the Power Rangers, and so if you can get Serena Vincent to give him a shout out.
Well, if all three will basically do everything for $60, so I can then I'll do it. I'll
Well,
get like a like Serena Vincent to do like the it's Morphin time thing just
that
for Hobbs.
No, I think that's an amazing gift. I really do. I think it's an amazing gift. But you know what? I really want you to get those for yourself, Stephen. You worked really hard. You saved really hard for that. I think you deserve to have Serena say, to do that for you. And I really encourage you to do that. And
I mean, like if she's willing to do it, like when I give like Eli like the 90, because I'm not sure how like all three of them are. I know Serena's roughly $30 with the autograph and the photo. So
well, what if what if
if Eli isn't willing to go like 30, then I'll just do like Serena, then spend like the 60 on Nightmare Christie.
well, I'll be shocked if Eli's 30. If Eli does $30, I'll eat my hat. But I hope that's the case. I do. I'm glad to hear that too. I'm glad I'm hearing that the prices are lower this year. That's important, because again, it's like money's a little bit tight these days, and you know, to expect people to roll out there and pay, the pre-COVID prices is sort of ridiculous to expect that. I think conventions need to play it a little smarter and not charge so much to get in. And you don't necessarily need to make a $5 million profit. Sometimes it's okay to make just like a $2 million profit, not gouge people. Um, just to let people. I mean, to me, I rather charge less money to get more people in than to charge high prices and get a quarter of the people in. You know, I rather do that. I might make more money by raising the prices, but I'm going to have a lot less people, and that's not a good look. You want to have as many people as you can to have fun and be entertained. So lower your prices. Mr. Bones is in the house from the Boneyard. Boneheads assemble tonight. Hobbs Horror will
So
be hosting. Well, Hobbs Horror will be hosting tonight at 10 o'clock. He will be hosting the other live stream uh, for to help raise awareness for Hobbs, and that will be at 10 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Pacific time, at Hobbs Horror's channel. Mr. Bones will be there. Echo will be there. Lamonia, Demonia will be there. Jennifer Tochi will be there, and the lovely Mayanne will be there. I don't know who else will be there. I don't know who else, but I do know that those people will be there at 10 o'clock. I will be there. I'll be there to chat with you guys after 8 questions with Bo Batterson, and yeah, that should be a lot of fun tonight. A lot of shenanigans, and of course, tomorrow night, the midnight hour, will be there at 10:30 is normal start time. 10:15 tomorrow's start time. Real quick, because I have not done this since I've been here, and I've been on here for 2 hours when we're talking about a lot of variety. But I will share the calendar. Yay, the calendar! All right, so tonight. Mhm.
When is Sophie coming on? Is she like soon?
Yes, yes. Sophie Mev will be here on the 29th. And that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be, I think she's an amazing artist, truly amazing. But tonight will be Bo Batterson. That'll be tonight at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow night will be Aria Gardner, and she runs a animal rescue, Spirits of Animals, Sanctuary and Rescue, and we'll be talking to her tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. On the 21st of May, Chris Alexander will be here with us. He is the former editor-in-chief of Fangoria magazine and the current editor-in-chief of Delirium magazine. He also is he also runs his own film company, and he is a film composer on top of that. And we'll be talking a lot about Roger Corman, because he and Roger were very, very close and did a lot of projects together. So we'll be talking a lot of Roger Corman on the 21st with Chris Alexander. I have so many questions. I know it's gonna be a 2-part interview. I have so many questions. I've been trying to get Chris on here for years. So he's gonna be coming on and talking to us on the 21st. On the 22nd, we will be hosting the cast and crew for the new film that's being prepped, The Evil Ways of Webster County, and that will be here on the 22nd. Tyler Ritchie will be one of the producers, and I'm not sure who else will be with us, but that will be on the 22nd at 8 p.m. So we'll have a full panel of fun going on the 22nd. On the 23rd, we'll see the return of Christy Adams. Christy will be coming back from Texas Frightmare, and we will be talking to her about her experience at Texas Frightmare, as well as a lot of new toys that are coming out this summer. Most of the time when I talk to Christy at this time of the year, we're talking conventions. And then when we talk to her at the end of October, we're talking about Christmas. That's when all the toys come out. But this year seems to be a little different. There seems to be a lot more collectibles that are being introduced. So we're going to be talking both conventions and collectibles on the 23rd. And then on the 25th, a Friday show, we'll see the Glamour Ghoul and Lestada, otherwise known as Creep Country Cinema. They will be here on the 24th. And I met these young people during the Oscars. They are fantastic, and I cannot wait to meet them. And they will be here on the 24th at 8 o'clock. On the 26th, we have 2 shows. One show on Poppy the Popcorn channel, and we will be doing our second Hallmark movie, Wonderful World of Hallmark. We'll be on Katie's channel, and we'll be watching Lovelocks with Jerry O'Connell and Rebecca Romaine. And go ahead and find the Horror Connection. And then on 8 o'clock, the IFC show returns, and this time we'll be on Horror with Haas's channel, and we will be talking about The Damned, and that will be on the 26th. On the 28th, we have filmmakers Jude Rollins and Rebecca Harrelson will be here at 8 o'clock, talking about their films. They are another pair of prolific Iowa filmmakers. I'm telling you, Iowa has a lot of talent, And they'll be here at 8 o'clock. And then Sophie will be here on the 29th, Wednesday the 29th. with Sophie Mev. She's an artist and a model, alternative model, and her paintings are fantastic. Um, it has to be seen to be believed. Let me tell you. And then on the 30th, the last day of May, we'll be talking with podcasters Streaming Scream, Glenn and Jess. They will be here on the 30th at 8 o'clock. So we have a lot of fun and adventure planned for you in the rest of May. Hey, Brene, how are you? Happy Wednesday! Happy Wednesday! We are doing we're doing a fundraiser. We are doing our good friends are helping our friend Hobbs Horror out. We're trying to raise awareness, raise some money for him for some unexpected medical expenses. And yes, by all means, I'm glad you're here. Share us out if you can, if you will. Renee is also one of the people that helped out our friend Kenneth Oakes last year. And actually encouraged, that showed that the community can come together. It can help one of its own. They did it last year with Kenneth Oakes, and now it's our chance to do it this year for our good friend Josh Hobbs. And so that's what we're doing.
And if I can, I'll see if I can get like all the people I know, like at Frightmare, to give like Josh like a shout out, like a recorded shout
Yeah,
out,
that would be
like
very, very
Circus
cool.
of the Dead cast,
That would
like
be very,
the
very.
Billy Pond and the Circus of the Dead cast, like all of them.
All right, are we ready? All right, get ready, stand by, because it's all about floppy hand. That's floppy hand heart. Yeah, that's right. Team Hobbs for life. Spectacular 2024 happening this year. That's right. That's right. Team Hobbs in the house. That's right. Floppy hand hearts. Floppy hand hearts for everybody. You know what? All of a sudden, I don't know why. All of a sudden, do you guys all feel like musketeers? Like we're all like the four musketeers, all for one and all for one for all?
Sure. Mostly me, Larry, and Steven. You're the host, so but otherwise, yeah.
You're the captain.
We're already starting to see sloppy hand hearts in the chat. Here we go. Everybody's ready for sloppy hand hearts. All right, and yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I all of a sudden I'm looking at all four of you, all of us, and going like, man, all we need now is some Bryan Adams, and to do some scenes.
I'm Chuck Sheen.
That's what I was just thinking. Is this stream needs Bryan Adams?
That's right.
No, I'm Oliver Platt.
Oliver.
You're Oliver. You're Oliver Cat.
Oliver Cat.
I'll take it.
Instead of the Musketeers, we're going to be called the Cateteers.
I have our first auction. I have our first item up for auction to raise money for Hobbs. I got a fresh spork.
Oh man, unopened.
Yeah, not even
God.
selling. The one I used to eat the Easy Mac is twice as much though. So
what now? That's right. You get those sporks at where I used to get my sporks at? You used to get them at Wendy's because you could eat their baked potato and eat the Frosty at the same time.
Now, I don't know if anybody else has done this. Go ahead.
If I can, like at Primary, if they give Roger L. Jackson like a mic, I'll have him give a shout out to Hobbs and like the Mojo Jojo or Ghostface.
I'd like to see.
If I can, if he has like the mic.
Yeah. Get as many as you know what, Steven? You should try to get as many people as you can, whether it be the stars or just people at the convention. You should try to get as many people as you can to do the sloppy hand hearts. That could be a thing. Sloppy hand hearts.
Now, just so y'all know, folks, Don will sign that too.
Oh, for sure.
And he will. And we have requests. We've had requests that Don do the Swamp Kitty dance. I don't know what a Swamp Kitty dance is. I think I missed that. I think I missed that one.
Oh man,
You got to be sporking me.
You fork off.
Well, Patrick, sometimes in the summertime when it's really warm, the female anatomy gets kind of sweaty. So
I know
sometimes
I know who Swamp Kitty is. I just never seen the Swamp Kitty dance.
Oh, it's a swamp kitty, swamp kitty, swamp kitty, swamp kitty.
Oh my God, Bones! Bones got to make a video of that.
Oh man.
Swamp Kitty. That's yeah. Who came up with that? Was that you, Larry? Or was that Bones? Or was that you, Don?
No, I don't know. I only heard about the Swamp Kitty thing until I went to Bones's chat.
I believe that's a creation of EA Horror, Erica.
Okay.
I believe she's the original Swamp Kitty, but I feel bad associating that poor woman with sweaty genitalia.
Yeah. Hello, Lady J. How are you? And Lady J is also. We're seeing sloppy hand hearts in the chat. And now we need to say we'll have Don give us we'll have Don there's Don doing a couple sloppy hand hearts. That was a sloppy hand heart.
Doing what he can to raise money.
Professor, there you go. There it is. Spork platation.
Yeah. That would be just about every slasher movie. If you think about all the silverware that gets misused. Oh, he just wants his machete back, or he just wants his fork back, or he just wants his fork back. Yes, all for a good cause. Mr. Bone says it's not associating her with genitalia; it's associating her with the term because she introduced me to it. I think that's Bones trying to throw out a disclaimer about.
Yeah. You don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah,
he's clearly sporking with us.
Yeah, Bones is he's not sporking around anymore. Let's see, Lady J. Cool. I hope you're having a spooktacular day. Speaking of spooktacular, man, can you believe it? It's not that far away from October yet. It's only like what 3.5 months away till October 1st.
No,
damn, can't believe. Once you put a major event up like that, right? Like the spooktacular, once you put that up out in the world, it gets there so much faster, doesn't it?
I was like guitarring.
Yeah, I was trying to math. I was mathing. I'm sorry. I was.
See, it's 1 + 1 2
times 4 is 7. Wait, right? No, wait. It's got to be your bowl.
Let's see. The Chippendales are dancing on the panel. This is great. I don't know what's. I'm certainly not Chippendale.
That's all done.
Let's see. Jamie has mentioned since let's not make time go any faster. She's turning 51 in 16 days.
Wow.
A sportacular. Yeah, we could do sportacular. Tonight.
Sportacular.
Yeah, tonight the sportacular.
That'd be a fun event. Like, just get a bunch of sporks and then like have everybody decorate them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That'd be hilarious.
It would actually. You know what? I think that should be incorporated into the spooktacular.
Sporting good time.
What do you? We'll have to let. We'll have to let the master of the spooktacular make the official word if we could do a sportacular, a midnight hour stream in October. This spooktacular is brought to you by Sportacular. Where's your favorite place to spork?
In the butt?
Mac and cheese bowl.
I was gonna say potato salad. A gentleman does not say those things. Let's see. Jamie says the barn loft. Oh, zoinks!
Oh,
Okay.
we're gonna get canceled is because of the ladies in the chat here.
Okay. Spooning makes me feel dirty. Spooning leads to forking. Sport. See, Echo 51 years young. That's right. That's right. Lady J. Gould says she likes to spork in the woods. The ladies are they're just cutting loose with the spork thing here, Don Zombie.
Oh, I've unlocked all sorts of info.
Yeah, this guy right here. It's yep.
Let's see. Sporking in the woods is my second favorite. Okay, I'm sure the Bears would appreciate it. See, Bones is sitting there stealing Harvard. See,
good movie, by the way. I like that movie.
I'm just trying to imagine all sorts of, all those times that we've been camping and hear all those weird noises in the woods. I thought they were wild animals. They really were just girls sporking.
It was Pneumonia. It was Lady J. Gould. It was.
See, Halloween has been ruined for me. Well, we'll bring that back with sporking. Sportacular. You'll have to overcome that, Echo, to embrace the sporkening or the sportacular.
Oh man, I sporked my face all up.
Let's see. So what about you, Don? How many conventions have you been to?
3. I've been to Flashback Weekend in Chicago. That's like the big one around here. I've been twice. And then Milwaukee had ZombieCon for a few years. So that's where I met. I like that one because it was a smaller convention. So I was able to actually talk with people. So I was able to talk with Sid Haig for a while, Tom Atkins for a while, Dee Wallace for a while. But at the bigger conventions, everything's so you got to keep the line moving, so you don't really get time to BS.
It sort of sucks too if you think about it. You're paying that money to get to get a picture and get an autograph, and you think that you at least get like 2 or 3 minutes worth of talk. Like, hey, how are you? Thanks for doing. But it really isn't. It's sort of like a conveyor belt these days. It's like, here you go, pay your money, take your picture, have your autograph, and thank you for coming. And next thing you know, you're out. You don't get to really say hi. You don't just I don't know. Just to me, it seems corporate. It seems like a conveyor belt.
To piggyback off of that.
Let's see. I missed that.
I was gonna say to piggyback off of that, I could tell you you're absolutely right, Patrick. There's 2 people in particular that I met. One was worse than the other because the other one, the actress was actually on my side, but the first one when I met Stan Lee before he passed, they were just like boom, just go. Like you couldn't, I was the only thing I was able to say was like you're awesome, and he was like I think so too. So for that I'm gonna spell my name right, and then it was just like that was it, and then boom on to the next person, and then when I met Sigourney Weaver. I asked her a question, and then her handler was like, "Okay, we got to go." And then she turned to the handler, and she was like, "I'm talking right now." I was like,
"Ripley ain't playing."
Yeah,
I like it.
So that was cool.
You were her little Jonesy. I like it.
Yeah, handler's got a tough job. That's a job. That is a really rough job. It's. You don't want to come across as an asshole like that. Like he just got blown up in front of everybody. You don't want that to happen. At the same time, you don't want to just not do anything and let people just monopolize. Because hell, if I get a chance to talk to Sigourney Weaver, I'm gonna sit there and talk as long as I'm able to. I'm not gonna be like, thank you for coming and thank you for signing my stuff and good luck in the future and shake her hand and go. as long as there's no one pushing me out of there, I'm going to sit there and say, so what was it like, working with Jonesy? Can you share some experiences? I'm going to take as much as I can get, because you never know where you're going to get that opportunity again. But a handler is going to sit there and got to play the devil's advocate. It's like, I'm talking here. Yes, I understand that, but there's 500 people who want to talk to you. We're just like,
I think it's a good cop, bad cop hustle. Like, I think she has the handler like interrupt every now and then, be like, we have to keep it moving. And she's like, I'm having a moment here, but it's really just an act to, like you interrupt and then I'll look cool. I think that's my plan. I think that's what she does.
That's a tough spot to ask someone to do, though.
Yeah.
But both of those situations happened at a comic convention, as opposed to Frightmare. Everybody seems like, for the most part, like they're wanting to be there and they're having a good time. But like, I've noticed whenever I've gone to an actual comic convention, it feels corporate. It feels more like, okay, like assembly line. But that's just me. I mean, that's what I've seen.
Yeah, it does seem like that. It's, especially for the most popular actors, which is one of the reasons why, like, when I used to go, that was one thing I used to never make sure I was in everybody's hotline. Oh my God, they have the cast of Star Trek here. Everybody there, and their mom's going to be in that line. I'll just go over and hang out with John Saxon because he's got like 4 people. I'd rather go over there because I'll probably be able to hang out and chill and talk. And that's exactly what happened. Because him and Julie Newmar were they shared a table, and there's like 10 of us, and we're just sitting there, and Julie Newmar was holding court.
Wow.
With 10 people. We got to ask her questions and everything, and everybody else is standing in line waiting for that 10-second William Shatner, $150 for William Shatner and a hello, get a life. But we went over to the small, to the smaller line and had a much better time for it. Hey Mike, how are you? Let's see. We are doing a fundraiser for our good friend Hobbs Horror. We're trying to raise awareness for him. He's got some unexpected medical expenses, so we're just trying to raise a little bit of money for him, and because he's got a long road ahead of him. And so anything helps. Whether if you can't donate, if you could share us out, that'll be awesome as well. That's just as much and just as important as a donation.
Right.
And we're doing this right here, and then tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern time, and that will be at 3 o'clock in the UK. We'll be doing it all over again on Hobbs' channel tonight at 10 o'clock after 8 Questions With. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing now. We're just chewing the shit, and hopefully people will donate, and people are coming through the chat and be a part of it. So
I will say this is more entertaining than one of those Jerry Lewis telethons.
Oh my God, those Jerry Lewis telethons. Oh, you'll never walk again, or something like that.
Patrick is appalled at these crippled children. Get your sporking butts up, you little crippled lazy kids.
You know what's funny? What's really funny is that Jerry Lewis back then, man, that thing used to be the bomb. Every September 1st, that telethon was. It got national attention. They had A-list talent come on. We're talking like big names. But Jerry Lewis, it seemed like he'd be wearing the same damn suit to the whole thing. Back before he had his heart attacks, that guy used to smoke like a Christmas train and like a choo-choo train. And he'd be sitting there holding court and standing there. He looked like Dean Martin almost in that sense. In fact, they had a Dean Martin Jerry Lewis reunion after they hadn't talked forever. They got together back on one of those telethons. But then he had his heart attack, and then people started. He got more mellow, what he got. But then all of a sudden, all the A-list stars at the time, they aged out, and nobody really was there to follow them. And so the telethons, before you know it, they were bringing in like Kathy Lee Gifford as entertainment, and people were tuning out. and but every year, 23 hours, 23 hours, it would just be wall to wall entertainment. It was
I
a
like
fun
that
show to
stray
watch.
shot you took at Kathy Lee Gifford. That was she just caught a stray. Just them, her and the
I'm
crippled
telling
kid.
you, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they've ever. I've never even looked at that. If anybody ever put up the telethon on YouTube. Thank you all for supporting my. Um, did you? Yeah. Did you watch the telethons, Don? Did any? Did any?
I
I think
remember them because they were like Labor Day weekend and Memorial Day weekend. It was like a long weekend, right? And it would be on 24 hours a day. So you would turn it on at Mr. Night Owl would be up at 3 a.m. and there'd be, somebody juggling and Jerry would have the tie undone and, we've been going at it all night here.
Yeah,
Did I do
that thing
that?
is.
Oh, that's Urkel. Never mind.
Now I think they still do it, but I think they do it like I think the marathon, so to speak. I think they do it like for an hour and a half. They do coverage. I don't think they do the 24-hour thing anymore. Did you ever watch the Jerry Lewis telethon, Steven? Did you ever see it when you were younger?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was it used to be it used to be a huge thing. Let's see. There's a whole lot of sport conception going up in here. I'm up to my sporking knees in sport. I'm not going to be touching half of these. Let's see. I'm the, let's see up. Let's see. Oh, that comes up a lot, or used to.
Be a good sport.
Yeah. Yeah, used to have the local. They used to have the local affiliates. That sometimes they would go away from Vegas and they would flash over to the local stations, and the local stations would be in their newsrooms, and they'd be doing their own local telethon. So if you wanted to know how Bakersfield was doing, they would cut to their news station, and you see how they have the local talent there. Be a good sport.
Be a good sport.
Live long, work hard. Okay. Let's see. Ow, my head.
Work hard.
Do you have a sport cake, Professor?
I'll never look at a sport the same way again after this.
Yeah, I'll never look at sport again.
Oh, I just thought of a great idea, Don, when I go to Frightmare. I'll let you know later.
Lay it on me. Oh,
I'll
shit.
I'll let you know later.
All right. Oof. WS or SPF, FTF, spork the fuck. What the spork? I don't know. Boy, do I remember.
Let's see. Jerry Lewis telethon. Boy, do I remember those. Some of those local cuts had some pretty sporking, hilarious talent segments. Oh my God, no kidding. No problem. No problem, Steven. I'm glad he came out and hang out with us. That's a big step for that young man. He's overcome a lot. I'm really proud of you. Thanks for coming in, Steven. Thanks for helping out. Cool. All right, so here we are in the cat house, and once again,
meow.
That's right. Hoot. I like what you did earlier. He did a hoot toot. That was a good one too. So are you going to be up tonight, Don? Is the return of the Night Owl Theater coming on tonight, or will you be tired out after doing all these telethons?
Well, usually I'm asleep at this time still. So the idea that there might be a late night stream, we'll see. It'll all be affected how tired I am. Maybe there'll be a nap before the late night version. So I also want to be there for the night version of this telethon when you switch over to Hobbs channel. So
yeah, that'll be really fun. I think we got them there. We got it to where we definitely got them to double the money. That was really unexpected. And I was really glad to we're glad that happened. I do believe he wants to come back up. You know what? Okay, I'll let you come back up, but we're going to go ahead and shut this stream down at 3. We've been up for 3.5 hours, for 3 hours, a little over 3 hours. I definitely want people to come back tonight at 10 o'clock. I don't want you guys to get burned out of what we're doing tonight, because that would defeat the entire purpose of what we're doing.
That would fork everything up.
Yeah, we're definitely going to shut it down at 3 o'clock. People will come back at 10 o'clock. Share the stream out. Once I put it up, share it out. Put this on the community tab.
And the link if you can.
Yeah, put the link to the GoFundMe and your community tabs. If we all do that, that'll be really helpful. YouTube did not shut this down. I wasn't sure how they felt about GoFundMe's on YouTube. I'm not really sure, because I had never seen anybody do one before. So I wasn't sure if we'd be allowed to, but I said, you know what? I'm just going to go live, and if they nail me for it, then I know. But so far, so good. And thank you, YouTube, for not shutting us down. And it is for a good cause. It is for a good cause. So I appreciate it. All right. So I'll tell you what, once you guys talk a little bit what's coming up in the house, this coming up Friday. What do you guys got? Whoops.
I think Don's internet's having an issue right now.
Yeah, he might. Yeah. Oh, there he is. He's back. Spork off internet.
Sorry, there was a spork in the modem.
There's a spork in the machine. Let's see. Sporkzilla. Let's see. Now I just totally lost my train of thought. That's good.
I lost my train of thought with one of the comments that Lamonia gave.
Let's see. All right, people. I gotta get lost and sport myself for a while. I'm not touching that. I'm not. Stop it, Larry. Look at you making Larry. You're making Larry just like go insane over there. Let's see. The professor saying the Sporknet done wrong. Let's see. We did an 18-hour live stream Indiegogo campaign for the Twin Peaks fan film. Never got any coming from YouTube. I think you're safe. Yeah.
18 hours.
18 hours. Oh, Lord have mercy. I couldn't do that. Let's see. I'm okay without Cam, but I was looking around on Texas Frightener prices. Eli Roth is about $60. Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to be 30. I knew that wasn't. I was like $30 for Eli Roth. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. Everybody's happy about Lamonia. Going to get some spork time for herself.
Oh man.
I you know what? I'm not touching it. Let's see.
Oh, come on, Patrick. Touch the spork. Come on.
No sporking.
No.
Just think that could you imagine doing a sequel to Boogie Nights? Boogie Nights, the Spork edition.
Sporking Nights.
Shit. My God, you can go anywhere with sport. Don't forget to give her a happy
have Spork will travel.
There you go.
There you go. No sport. I'm out of here. That's right. Half Spork will travel. Let's see. Half Spork. Never mind. Let's see. No sporking. I'm out of here. We need a sport. We need a sport mallow. We need a squishmallow spork. So what's going on with within the house this Friday? You guys got anything going on? Any topics? Anything up your sleeve other than Larry being at Texas Frightmare?
Well, right now there's been discussion to have a surprise guest host while Larry's gone, but there's also discussion to possibly have some live reporting from Texas Frightmare. We'll have to see depending on internet connection. Never can tell. Never can tell.
That would actually be really cool if you could do that, Larry. Yeah, that would.
I'm definitely gonna try.
Hi,
I'm telling
Don.
you,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you guys are not that far away
Done?
from. You guys are not that far away that when you guys do go to convention, you should be able to ask for a press pass and get it.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Let's see. Thank you again to the Chip and Dale on the screen. Pat Cheetah Review, Don the Night Owl, the Horror Cat Dad, Stephen Chang, and others. This is fantastic. Thank you. This is what we're trying to do. This is what we're all about. This is the community. Giving back, not taking. That's for sure. That's for sure. A lot of people.
For those of you who are on the fence about donating, you just saw Larry touch my spork on live internet. I mean, what more do you want for entertainment?
Like a $20 donation. That'll be good. $20. If anybody donates $20 between now and 3:00, Don Zombie will make a personal shout out video and give you a floppy hand heart. In character.
Well, thank God I'm not him. I'm Spork Man.
Spork 4. The quest for sporks.
I'm Spork Man.
Sporkman. Sporkman returns. Sporkman forever.
That's right.
The Dark Spork. Oh, the Spork Night. There you go.
Spork Night. Oh man.
Oh my
Spork
God.
Night rises.
That's
I'm not sure my utensils can last 2 weeks.
Oh my God. How many things can you eat with a spork? See, ice cream, potato salad, macaroni
Don't
salad.
ask me that on live internet.
See, lemon, swamp kitty. Sorry, I was thinking out loud. Okay. I do have to draw the line at tickling a spork tip, but that's too much spork play. Jamie is getting sassy. Jamie's getting sportacular here.
The best joke of the day. You just said the best joke of the day, and it totally just went by. You said, "What things can you eat with a spork?" And then you went, "Swamp kitty."
Swamp kitty. Let's see.
It's too early for that. It's not even 2 p.m. Central. We're gonna get canceled.
It's Pat's channel, man.
It is Pat's channel. Just act a fool.
Let's see. The spork is strong in this stream. Yeah.
See, Lamonia's gone now. She's missing the good bits here, Don.
Spork War. The return of the spork. The rise of spork. There's probably a lot of that going on this afternoon. See, Swamp Kitty, sporking good. Yeah. Swamp Kitty. If we each had a spork right now, would that be a multiple spork?
Sporking, the spork way. The three-way sporking.
Let's see. Multiple spork
for you.
Yeah. But you can't have more than 3. You can't have more than 3 sporks, Don, because then if you have 4, it gets a little sensitive. So you got to be careful of that.
I don't know. I've never heard about. I don't know much about these things. I've only seen them on Spork Hub.
Let's see.
Only sporks.
Share the spork. But I noticed that you put. I noticed you put some plastic on your spork just for protection.
Yeah, wrap your sporks up, kid. All right.
You don't want. You don't want to have unprotected spork.
Cover your sporks.
Yeah, because you might get some strange bacteria if your spork goes into somebody else's dish.
The more you know.
That sporked me all up.
Let's see. Steven says she forgot about the only sporks, Larry.
Only
Only
sporks.
sporks. That's
I
right.
said that.
No fork. No forks. Only sporks.
Only sporks.
Say sporking is important, kiddies. That's right. That's right. And it's okay. It's okay to mix up your spork. You know, you don't have to be just one. You can have multiple. You can have multiple food on your one spork.
It is the 2020s. People are spork
That's right.
fluid.
Yeah. You can't mix up. You can mix up the food that you eat on your spork.
Damn straight.
Uh,
How far are we from our
I don't know what
goal?
to say to that.
Me neither. I was just like, please God, let us be close to the goal. I'm running out of spork jokes.
Oh yeah. Well, welcome to Sporks Final. See, Mayan says, guys, isn't it a little early to be sporking? Get a grip or get some sport therapy. That's right. Attack of the Sporks to Spooky Boogaloo, Sporky Boogaloo. I still gonna go with the Sportacular. I'm gonna bring that up during the Spooktacular. We're gonna have a night on the midnight hour where we do something spectacular. All right, boys and girls, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. I want to go ahead and thank everybody that came out. We did what we did, Larry and Don and Steven. We did get a double the amount of money donated to the fund. We're gonna pass the ball off to Bones and company and over at Hobbs Horror. They'll be at 10 o'clock. So come back here at 8 o'clock, hang out with me and Bo Batterson, 8 o'clock, and then at 10 o'clock, hang out with Hobbs Horror with Mayan, Lemonia, Boneheads Assemble. Maybe Mighty Casey, maybe Echo Zero. I'm not sure who else. But they'll be on at 10 o'clock. And then Saturday, Katie says that she'll be doing one of these as well. I'm not sure what time, but it'll probably be on her channel. We'll get some more information for you for that by tonight, I'm sure. I want to thank the special co-hosts, Dawn and Larry from In the House. And of course, our good friend PR guru, Stephen Chang, coming in here as well. I appreciate you guys all. Hopefully we'll turn it out at 10 o'clock tonight. I hope to see you there. Let's see. Sporking. That's all. That's all. Sport. That's right. Wiley Spork. Wiley. The road sporker. And Wiley Coyote Spork. All right, you guys. I love you guys all. Thanks so much for the support, and we will talk at you soon. You guys can stay right there. Yeah, sloppy hand hearts for everybody.
Yeah.
But the Bengals still suck.